so character introductions. First character in the group is Naraka.
Naraka is a amber shard mind, awakened psionic, and he has come to gain knowledge.
Is that it?
And some other things that are secrets at the moment.
So many secrets.
He is incredibly intelligent, and that is shown by how not nice he is.
What a mood.
You gotta know, if you're smart, you gotta be an asshole.
Big butthead.
The rules. Okay, then Zephyr.
So, my character is Zephyr. She's a drow, and she's a dragon blood sorcerer. And she has... Can't tell in this picture, she has silver scales on her because of that. She's also very intelligent. She also seeks knowledge, but slightly different. And she's also kind of an asshole because of that. We didn't plan that, it just happened.
Unsurprisingly, they get along great.
Yeah, they do.
Alright, next in line is Seirath.
Sig has to go last. She had to
No,
take
I'm
her
here.
something.
I'm here.
Oh, you're
I'm
here?
here.
Okay.
I'm playing Seirath. She is a Sun Soul Monk tiefling. She also likes to seek knowledge, but she just likes the fun of it and likes to travel because, I don't know, learning is really fun, you know?
It's great to learn.
Huh?
It's great to learn because knowledge is power.
Yeah.
G.I. Joe.
And it's super fun finding out new places and new faces that are not familiar.
And Seirath is not an asshole.
Yeah, she tries to be very nice, but please, once you upset her, you're on her shit list forever.
Oh man.
That's all I have to say, I guess.
Alright. So, next is Coda, and that's who I'm playing. She's a Water Genasi Tempest Cleric, and she's the only one that was expected to be there.
All just showed up.
What?
We all just showed up.
Yeah, she's the only one who knows people, well, technically knows people there and is expected to be on that island. So her reasonings for being there is tied into that, and we'll learn more about that in this session. She's, she loves dragons, and loves water, and she's super nice, and yeah, she's like a Disney princess that'll kill you. That's basically how I describe her. Anyway, so, on to Xavier.
Hi, I'm Xavier. I am the human fighter. That's pretty much it. I'm just kind of here because I didn't want to be where I was, so, you got me.
I'm so excited.
Human fighter, everybody.
Human fighter, woo!
The token human.
Clap, clap.
Clap, clap.
The token human, who's the tallest person in the party.
The token human, who is also the token fighter. The token human fighter.
Punch.
And the token
And then
king.
lastly, we have our lovely DM.
Woo!
Oh my god, that's me. Hey everybody, I'm Eric. I'm the DM. I am not a Matthew Mercer. I am also not a Devin. So I am new to this.
We all get to experience this together. It's a journey.
Yes. So just as our players are going to be patient with me,
Wink wonk.
please no bully. Please no steppy.
Yeah, if you're typing out rules and corrections in chat, please don't.
We won't read them. We won't say.
Yeah, if you're
Yeah, we won't, during game, we won't be paying attention to the chat. Just to let you guys know.
yes.
We'll respond like during breaks and at the ends, but we won't be paying a lot of attention.
Yes.
Except for right now, when I tell Ryu Infinity that Naraka is not piss crystals.
Yes, he is. I'll find him yourself.
P.
It's okay. Naraka is our group JO crystal.
He is pissed crystals.
He's our group.
I would also just like to point out that hi, me, Hecate, Zephyr. I am still rather new to D&D, and I may get stuff wrong, and I'm real sorry.
That's okay.
That's okay.
I'm just telling them that. I know you guys think it's okay. We've talked about this.
Yeah, well, they gotta suck it up and deal with that. That you're new.
If you're here for rules and high-level play, you've come to the wrong place.
We are not MLG D&Ders. Sorry.
We're more of the hilarity. We're the comedy relief of everything.
We're funny people.
The game is fun.
Yes. Also, I don't know if you said this while I was AFK, but any donations, bit donations, subs, any of that stuff, we will not be saying them in the chat.
Well, during the game, yeah.
During the game. During breaks and after the stream, we will be going down the list and thanking people. But so if you drop some bits or leave a sub or smash that donate button and we don't mention it during the stream, don't be sad or discouraged. We're just doing the show.
Yeah. But we appreciate everybody watching, and if you do give us stuff, we very much appreciate it.
I thought you were going to end if you give us stuff.
I just have to add that in that we're grateful for it. It's just we're not going to be paying attention.
Yes, not until after, until the break and after the stream.
Yep.
So yeah.
Okay. So are we ready?
So.
Yeah.
You got this, man.
Are we
You can do this, Eric.
absolutely ready?
Yes. So. So. We did have a pre-stream session a few weeks ago where everybody basically got used to the what's it? The world, their characters, all that stuff, and got introduced to the premise of the story. So we are going to go through and just do a small recap of what happened. So, do any of you want to speak?
So, whenever we got here, Xavier speaking, whenever we got here, we all got off the boat, and we found that there weren't a lot of people coming this way. We knew there was a job to be done, and, well, we got here, and a bit of commotion was going on.
That's an understatement. Well, we met each other, so new friends is always good to have, and, well, we found out that there's something really terrible going on with the islands, so we were asked to help, and we went onto a beach, and anybody else want to join in?
And like fools, we rushed right into the Hag Cave.
I'm very glad that this is in character, by the way. Just wanted to say that.
Why are we all recapping what we just did?
I don't know. It just felt like a good idea, so we don't forget.
Oh, I understand. I forget too. What else did we do? Did we fought? Oh yeah, we just beat the crap out of some fish, right?
Oh yeah, the sea hags. The sea hag and her little group.
Groupies.
Sea hag and a groupies, yep.
They're called sea spawn.
Yeah, that. What she said. By the way, she right over there. She over there is actually the one that's kind of leading our pack right now. I don't remember your name, unfortunately.
Maria.
You remind me?
I remember because it's ocean themed.
Well, the proper pronunciation is Marina, but whatever.
Oh, I'm very sorry.
Anyways, also, Tabby, you can switch the screen over to the map.
Boop. Let's see where we were.
All right. So, also just to recap, if you hold Alt and scroll down on the Roll20, it zooms out the map.
You can also use a little slidey bar.
You
I
can
know,
also use
that's
the
what I
little
was
slide bar.
using.
Mosey, roll 20 strats.
Yes.
But we are near the mouth of Killian.
Yes. The mouth of Killian is the lake there. That is where the ruler of the island, the Shah Congilitus, who is a water genie, is where his palace is located. He is the one that rules this island of Great Palm, and the crew are currently on a boat down the river to the entrance of the lake where the palace is situated. And I believe that as they were going down the boat ride, they were deciding on a name for their group, because their group needed a name. Because as there are troubles happening on the island, and an open call was put out for all sorts of adventurers and different governments to send forces, all that stuff. So there's a bunch of people here, and so to prevent confusion, the groups are going by. Basically, everybody has quote-unquote call signs, and this group was just deciding on theirs. So tell me again what you've decided.
I believe it was Prism Elite Force.
I think it was just Prism Elite, actually. I honestly think that just has a nice ring to it. It makes it sound, official, and we've all got very definite colors.
Why can't we just do Prism Pals? That sounds great.
I mean, as much as I'd like to call you all friends, looks over to Naraka.
Also,
Yeah.
looks over to Naraka.
We are supreme.
Everybody just slowly turns to Naraka.
Yes. Also, in the handouts, I have shown you the portrait of Marina, who is fully donned up in armor.
It's full plate, right?
It is, as far as you can tell, full plate.
Well,
Boy, and you know plates.
I think Prism Elite probably sounds fine. I think Prism is lovely because we're all different shades of color. And one of us is crystal.
See,
It's true.
we just take all of our light, shine it through him, and that's perfect, right? Just says, covering his face up a little bit.
It's a metaphor for friendship.
Fitting metaphor for you all making me look better.
Well, now that
Okay. Well, I guess since that's decided, how long is it going to be till we get to this Congilitus' palace?
Not long now. So at this point, you've been going down the river for a while, as you've been talking previously. So can I get all of you to roll the first roll of the game? Perception checks.
Yes.
I will see.
Naraka. Character sheet. I almost rolled initiative.
Don't get me wrong.
Not yet.
Why did I hate you?
Did I? Okay. Perception?
Yes.
Okay.
12.
I almost hit persuasion.
Great. I'm so glad. All of you looking into the water, because the river is wide. The river, it touches my life like the waves and sand. You looking into the water, you see like shapes kind of in the water, but like they're kind of translucent. It's like certain parts of the water are almost like moving differently than the other parts of the water. And like occasionally these little like parts will like almost seem to break the surface. Like almost like little wave swells, but there's no waves in the river. Naraka, though, with that perception, and also Zephyr, you would say, you would look in there and realize, oh, those are water elementals in the water. Just sort of, they seem to be doing rounds in the river.
Zephyr takes notes in her notebook.
Not seeing the elementals, Xavier just kind of crosses his arms, leans back against the edge of the boat, and is like, oh, weird. I'm not going to question it.
Question what?
No, the way that there's no waves.
Indeed, there appear to be water elementals in the water.
Oh, water elementals? I've never seen one before.
Yes,
I've only seen fire.
that is correct. And Myrna puts her hand over the side of the boat, and a water elemental comes up to meet her hand, and you can see it's got like almost, it morphs itself into like a vaguely large humanoid form, and then goes back down into the water.
Oh, Seirath is very like.
Clap, clap.
She thinks
That's neat.
that's rad as heck.
That's a nice trick. It's good to know we got a bunch of puddle pals around us.
Puddle pals. Oh, I love that. That's such a cute name.
I suppose
Maybe
that's one way to call them.
I would really appreciate it if you did not call them puddle pals.
That's
All
such a
right.
good nickname.
It feels
No.
His head just leans back over the edge of the boat and he's just waiting to get there.
These elementals are sentries that patrol the river.
I'm assuming that Coda knows what they are, considering she's a water genasi.
Yeah. When it was mentioned that they were water elementals, you kind of had that little like snap moment in your mind, like, oh, that's what those things are in there. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They just, to you before, they just kind of look like weird currents. So, as you're all going down the river, you can see there's like, you can see like about 10 meters off now as you're rounding a little bit of a bend. You're coming to like a part of the river that looks like almost like it's been artificially straightened, and it has large stone walls coming up on either side of the water. And down at the base of the riverbed under the water, you can see two more what look like water elementals, but they actually have pieces of metal and armor on them. And they're just standing at the bottom of the river on either side. And as they get closer, as you get closer to them, they both rise out of the water. But they see Marina, and they both just sink back down.
Rise from your grave.
Oh. Wait.
Those are the
now-
caked gods.
Right now, Seirath is like in awe with like all the water and like all the water elementals and the architecture around the island right now, with how they're just moving along so casually.
Yes, also I realized that I have not started the music yet. Whoops. I knew I was forgetting something.
It's okay. We're just taking a quiet boat ride.
Yes.
Eric,
Enjoying
That's
nature.
me.
how different is the architecture here from the places that Zephyr's been before?
It definitely looks much different. Like the walls seem like they're made out of what's the word? They look like they're made of hardened like ocean sand with shells embedded in them.
Like
But
a
the shells
sand
are
castle?
but the shells are embedded as like fortification to the sand.
Oh, okay. Like they do in New Orleans with the pavement.
They also do that at forts in Florida.
Yeah,
St.
buildings.
Augustine.
Yeah.
If any of you know that.
Yeah, okay.
Actually, very, very useful for absorbing cannonball fire. Because it doesn't crack, it just kind of sinks in a little bit.
Wink wonk.
So is it like sandstone, or is it just like
It's kind of like
actual hardened
sandstone.
sand?
It's like actual hardened sand. And it has the brownish color with little flecks of shells in there.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna just raise my head up and I'm gonna look around and just see the whole situation that's going on. So, I assume if those are the gate guys, we're getting awfully close, ain't we?
Yes, indeed. Oh yes, don't be too alarmed by what you're about to see over the next couple minutes. It's, merely meant as a warning.
I'm already nervous.
Oh,
I'm going to switch my psychic focus to
Okay.
aura sight.
And, tell me, what does that do?
While aura sight is my focus, I have advantage on wisdom insight checks.
Okay. So, right as she says that, and you look down, you can see, lining the walls on either side, are a bunch of different creatures, but they're all staked into the wall by spears and tridents and swords and other weapons. So go
how
ahead.
Does it smell?
It smells like rotting fish. So, yeah, fear.jpg. You can see there are a few sea lions that you all had encountered previously.
okay.
Seirath puts her hand up to her nose. It's like, he's stinky.
There's all sorts of different creatures here.
Is it
Yes,
dark in here? Am I a human that doesn't have to see
No,
this?
it is. Oh, it is open to the sky. It's not a
Okay,
tunnel.
Sure, gotcha.
There's just walls flanking each side of the river.
Alright. Well, when I see
There are
this, I'm actually-
also.
I was gonna say I'm gonna stand up on the boat.
Okay.
Don't walk in the boat.
There are like wobbles a tiny little bit, but because you're big boy. But yeah. We can also like as you're going down, there are half dozen Sahagan, some Kuotoa, two sea hags.
Like the ones we fought.
Yes, like the ones you fought. They're just pinned through the abdomen. And as well, taking about what looks to be 10 spears, you see what looks to be a really big shark. Go ahead and make some nature checks, everybody.
Would I have advantage since it's a sea creature?
Yeah.
I'm so good at nature checks, guys.
Didn't I?
I'm so good at nature. Oh, actually, it wasn't that bad.
Okay. So everybody but Seirath, you would look at this and be like, "Oh, shit, that's a megalodon. That's a giant shark."
So how big are we talking, like, tail to nose?
Tail to nose. Let me see here. Close to 35 feet.
Alright. Big boy.
Big boy.
I just wanna. Oh, go ahead.
Like if this thing was in the water, it would be halfway out of the water.
I wanted to say, like, Seirath, like, leans over to Zephyr, like, what is this? I don't know what this is. Like, as she looks at the creature.
Zephyr is taking notes, and she leans over and she says, it's we would know it as a megalodon, right? Or would I just call it a shark?
You'd know it as a megalodon or as a
type of
like
shark.
a dire giant shark.
Okay.
In some circles they call it, but megalodon is the most common word.
It's called a megalodon. It's a very, very big shark.
Oh, I've heard stories of megalodons, but I never thought they would be still around.
I don't think you would ever want to meet one that's
I don't-
alive. That is.
I don't really want to. It's too large. I don't like that.
Your entire party could stand in its mouth, by the way, at the same time.
Fear.jpg.
Well, look at that absolute unit.
Coda doesn't look surprised at any of this stuff. She just looks more like, kind of like, joyous fascination. Rather
Not
than
all of us
surprise.
are in the water, Tabby.
Like a kid in a taxidermy museum.
Well, that's what I'm saying, is she kind of already knows what's ahead, so she's not surprised.
Yeah, by the way, you don't remember these things being here. This is new.
Yeah, but that's fine.
Yes. Also,
She's still not
so
surprised.
then after the megalodon, you see a few more really weird creatures. One looks it's got a long serpent-like body, but it also has wings and like a serpentine dragon head. So once more. Actually, I'm just gonna.
Does it have legs?
It does not have legs. But there are also two other strange kind of fish-looking creatures that have some sort of tentacles and a bunch of eyes on the front of them. And also one, like, you can't even tell what it looks like. It looks like just a kind of like a big hunk of meat with some tentacles coming off of it. So go ahead, everybody roll another nature check for me.
Oof.
I'm gonna forgo rolling a nature check because I don't think my character would have any idea what these were.
Okay.
I'm so upset.
So,
Zephyr's just flipping through her notebook like, oh.
so 19, 21, 17. Okay. So everybody that rolled above a 15, you would by what they look like, you would know. You would never have seen them before, but you'd know what the large serpent thing was and the two tentacled fish. The two tentacled fish are aboleths.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, and so them being the deep sea aberrations.
What about the serpentine thing?
The large serpentine creature, you would have read of them as dangerous predators called dracons, which are shoreline living dragonoid creatures that hunt the waters.
Zephyr leans over to Seirath and says, I'm not quite sure what I'm looking at. I don't have any notes about these in my book.
Oh, I saw them once on the shore. It's a, Eric, what was it again? I
An aboleth
and a dracon. Drakon.
An aboleth.
They are.
Dracon.
They are. It looks almost like a water wyvern, is what people call it.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Zephyr furiously takes notes.
Yeah,
And they have a.
As everyone's talking about seeming to recognize these things, we're just going to be like, what? If we're going to be facing any of these things, what do they do?
Well, the people that rolled high enough, so you would know that aboleths are psionic creatures. They have a probing telepathy that they use to
Yep.
they used to extract secrets from the minds of individuals in order to manipulate them into serving them.
If I remember correctly, they're also the enemies of Tritons.
Some of them, yes. The Triton mostly have a war going with the Marrow,
Yeah.
which are abyssal-blooded mermaids and merfolk. Dracons also have the ability to breathe acid.
Seirath will repeat pretty much most of that to Xavier, and
Yes.
but pretty much at the end it's like they're really big and they like the water. It's really scary, really.
Yep.
Catch them outside of the water if you find them. Got it.
Yeah, stay on land if you don't want to see that.
Yes, and Naraka,
Yes.
with your roll of a 21, you would be able, looking at the giant hunk of meat that has some tentacles coming off of it, you'd be able to like kind of see it at the right angle to realize, oh, that's a juvenile kraken, which is it troubles you.
How big of a juvenile kraken are we talking?
Let me. It would be in game terms, it would be a size category huge.
Ooh.
So
The piece or the whole juvenile? Is it a whole juvenile or is it just a piece?
it's an entire whole juvenile. It
I thought it was a piece
it
of
looks so weird that only Naraka is able to actually identify that it is a juvenile kraken. 'cause none of you have ever seen this. It is very, very rare for juvenile krakens to ever be seen.
Fascinating. I never thought I'd see one up close.
What are you
What?
talking about?
Nothing.
Insight check.
You want an insight check on the psionic?
Nah, I'm kidding. It's fine.
Yeah,
I just wanted to yell insight check.
Objection.
Coda just looks at Naraka and just goes, please?
No.
Well, it was worth a shot. I mean, well, I guess we'll figure it out soon enough. Or rather, Marina, what is that thing over there? I'm pointing towards the thing that was just identified by Naraka as a kraken.
That is a sign of trouble to come.
That's cryptic.
Yes, it is. Intentionally so.
Gonna just sit back down. The boat, rock the boat a little bit more.
Marina, you...
I've seen it.
Naraka, you can see Marina looking at you, Naraka. Like, she can tell that you know what it is.
Just stare back at her.
And I'm looking at her, and she's looking at me.
She looks at me.
All right, and she looks back towards the.
Actually, I use telepathy on her.
Okay.
I speak into her mind. I say,
I know what this means.
and she can speak back without using her mind.
And she. So I'm sorry. So she can speak back in her mind, or she can. Speak back
she can speak back however she wishes, but she can reply by thinking.
So she thinks back at you. The mother will be very angry.
Ill tidings, then. Unfortunate.
Yes.
Meanwhile,
And with that,
Coda...
she's.
Go ahead.
No, what were you saying?
I was saying Coda's just kind of fixated on the aboleth really hard, but she's just like looking it over, and then she turns to the group and points at it and says, "I've seen one of these, not this close, but I've seen them before. Oh my, they're really, really big up close."
They are no threat so long as I am in your company.
Well, that's reassuring.
Where have you seen them before?
Around.
That's cryptic.
You can't see her face, but you can tell she's squinting. You don't even need to roll an insight check.
Her mask or helmet or whatever does the Spider-Man
This is the Spider-Man thing. The Spider-Man squint.
I mean, it kind of looks like she's squinting in the art, so...
Yes.
Why are you trying to keep that a secret?
It's not a secret. I really have seen them around.
I mean, the same could be said about why you're trying to keep what that thing is a secret, but that's alright. We're about to be getting to the palace anyway, so...
Because it is my knowledge. I can't help that you weren't smart enough to figure it out for yourselves.
I mean...
That's rude. Okay, we're almost close to the palace.
Xavier just gonna sighs and just shrugs, looks forward again.
I'm so
Yes.
sorry.
It's okay.
It's totally fine.
We are close to the palace, and as you all look forward along the river, you can see that you are indeed basically just pulling up to the docks in front of the gosh darn palace.
The
Gosh darn palace.
Yes.
I'm excited.
All right. So Marina's gonna
Coda's vibrating with excitement.
So as you get off the boat, there are a couple guards. There's one Goliath, and another there's the water genasi standing at the steps leading up from the dock to the palace entrance. And they're both wearing a mixture of like green blue armor. Basically, these are the sentries. It's the same colors that Marina's armor is.
So as I get off the boat, I'm gonna see these guards and I'm gonna give them a little bit of a wave. And walking into a palace, I'm gonna just go ahead and straighten up my back and walk upright, being all 6'4" and stuff.
They look at your group, look like they're about to say something, see Marina, and they're like, they both go back to attention and salute her as she walks by, leading your group farther into the palace.
Oh my god, it's the sea dogs.
Fork.
It's like a bark, but it's all bubbly.
He has dogfish.
Blorp.
Coda's just bouncing around within the group, just excited about everything.
Amazing.
She's so excited, it's just coming out of her.
And I just look over my shoulder and think, so, Kota, I know that you know a lot of the stuff around here. Is this, you seem awfully excited to be going into the pits of danger. Not that I have much to say about that, but I was just curious as to if you know something that we don't.
Oh, I'm just very excited to be here. It's not my first time on the island, but it's been so long that I'm just excited to be here at the palace.
Well, I mean, I suppose that's alright. Seems a little bit fishy, but I'll believe you.
I too am fascinated by these places.
Oh, come on, I understand.
Secrets these walls know.
If you're looking for knowledge, I suppose exploring's a good way to get it. So this is as good a place as any to start for you, huh?
Indeed.
Oh, Marina, I'm sorry.
Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's jam.
Yes. As you walk into the palace, by the way, as you're asking her this, the doors open and jazzy music is coming from within.
Alright, so nobody told me it was a party palace.
Is this the fucking Gurren Lagann soundtrack?
Yes, it is. How sharp
Connor
of you.
losing his mind.
I did tell you I had the entire Gurren Lagann soundtrack here on Roll20.
What is this?
Oh, is there a party going on?
I have
It's
not.
jazz. No, this is just the general palace ambience.
Oh, that's fun.
My father
Oh,
loved
yeah.
jazz.
Naraka's like, God damn it.
Well, I'll say it's certainly different from any of the palaces I've ever been in, so.
How many palaces have you been in, Xavier?
2.
This is the first I've ever been in one like this extravagant.
Yes.
Bright. Gosh, and she rubs her eyes a little at how pretty at how bright and colorful it is, you know.
Yes, actually, thank you for reminding me to actually describe the. So, inside, it lots of bronzes and blues, with lots of ocean colors mixed in with bronze. There are pillars that are like sort of look like they're sort of swirling upwards towards the ceiling. The floor has like many tiles in different like. It seems like every few tiles the patterns seem to change. Like almost like 10 different flooring contractors were hired at the same time, and
So it's
all
mismatched.
had different tiles. They're all in lines though. They're not mismatched.
It's so much different from where I come from. Like, it's more wet feeling, moist. Is that the right word?
Yeah, I'd say that this is a pretty moist place. I'd agree. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So you did come from a jungly place, but the wetness was more just kind of like just generally in the air and more just hot. This is like a cool sea breeze.
Yeah, she's not used to actual cool temperatures like this. She's more used to humidity and I guess like,
Volcanoes.
yeah. So just seeing something that's like more clean and more like pristine and less, I don't know, wood, like lots of wood that, like wood and stone is like big question marks but exclamation points all around for her. Like, wow, what a cool place.
Yeah.
It's really different than anything Zephyr has seen, though, right?
It reminds you vaguely of some of the wealthier merchants that lived in in Underhaven, but definitely not to this extent.
Interesting.
This would be one of like their wet dream, basically.
Is that a
It's
pun?
literally wet.
Yes, I'm gonna lie and say yes, that was an intentional pun.
So I assume Marina is still leading us down to go to the main chambers to meet the king, or I forget what his.
Yeah,
actual title is.
currently you're standing in the entrance foyer. But she turns to Coda and says, "I'm sorry, the jazz distracted me. You got a question?"
Oh, I was just asking, are we gonna be seeing your father soon, or do we have to wait?
I need to discuss a few things with some individuals before we head down, so feel free to look around the foyer while we wait a few minutes and enjoy the music, I guess. And she just sort of awkwardly turns towards a Triton wearing a similar but definitely not half as ornate version of her armor without the helmet.
Thank you. Oh, actually, do you have any books around?
As you say this, a small blue gnome taps you on the thigh and gestures over to a bookshelf on the side of the room.
Oh, goodness, I didn't see you there. I'm sorry, thank you. And she just kind of...
Don't mention it.
Never really seen it, she doesn't know.
And they walk through a tiny gnome-sized door in the wall.
Ooh. This time...
Wait, bring Zeph to the books.
Well, alright, Seirath will bring Zeph to the books as well. And they're gonna read things.
Yeah, alright. Go ahead, roll an investigation check, you two. If you're looking together, I will give one of you advantage. Or you can both roll individually.
My intelligence is actually not amazing.
Well, what did you want? Investigation?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, we have the same intelligence. I'm just gonna roll 2.
We could combine that.
Okay. There are a few books. A lot of. It seems like mostly books that would be used to for a modern day parallel. It's basically the magazines in a waiting room. However, there are a couple books that detail some of the history of the island and some of the local myths and stuff.
Oh, excellent. I pour over that.
Yeah, same with Sarah. I want to see most of that.
I look over at the 2 people that are reading, and I just go find a place to sit, and I pull my greatsword off of my back and just sit it across my lap.
You don't have to tell me any of the information that I learned in the books now. Just if it becomes relevant later, you can be like, by the way, you read about this.
Yeah, I'll give you the stuff that you would have found interesting enough to write down. I will give you that after the session.
Okay.
Alright.
I'll give it to both of you.
And assume that since my role was her, anything I read that Seirath didn't, I'll share with her.
Yeah.
Sarah likes seeing the magazines. It's like, oh, tourist spots, nice.
Yeah. Oh, were you not gonna share the book with Seirath?
No, I was. I was just saying I'm reading, and if there's something I pick up on that she doesn't, I rolled higher than she did. I was just trying to be nice.
No, the investigation was to find like an interesting book.
Oh, okay. I thought it was for what information we found in the books. Like, damn.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
No worries. Yeah. Is anybody else doing anything besides?
Naraka stays standing, just with his arms folded underneath his poncho, just looking around.
Is
Poncho?
Well, that's what it is.
Where's the poncho?
Looks over to Naraka and Coda. Like, do you 2 want to join us, or I don't know? Naraka, you look bored, and Seirath and Coda, you look
not
you
bored.
look not bored. Yeah.
I suppose you might as well.
Look, I found this book about like, I don't know, caves around here. Like,
you actually do.
Good experiences with caves.
Well, they found a lot of cool things in there, and I don't know.
It's because I'm a
You're
rock,
a
isn't
rock?
it?
That is your opinion.
No, I'm just trying to assume that you like this because you like pretty things. I don't know.
I like very little.
Wow, you're just a stick in the mud, aren't you?
Do you like yourself? Oh.
Blinks.
That silence is very telling.
Don't try to read me, woman.
Well, you should like yourself. Joy
see
of
that.
life starts with joy of self.
I like myself well enough.
Oh, that's good.
I just wanted to give you a nice book, and you're just shutting me down like this. Why do you have to be so rude?
I have little patience for trivial matters.
It's book reading. It's not trivial at all, good sir.
I know all I need to know. Books will not help me.
You don't even read for fun?
I was looking for more life experience rather than books, I think.
I mean... Alright, I guess. And she just kind of shoots her way back
The
to
human
Zephyr.
is correct. In a way.
Thumbs up.
Sarah just like mumbles to Zephyr, like, he's so mean. I'm trying to be nice and he shuts me down. I don't know what I'm doing wrong.
Just ignore him.
Is there anything specific you're looking for, Mr. Naraka?
Yes.
But we're not privy to that information, I suppose.
Correct.
Uh-huh. Okay. I won't pry.
Well, when he finds it, we'll probably know what it was. So, I just realized that that Xavier's doing the equivalent of looking at their smartphone in the waiting room, just looking down at his sword. Yep.
I mean, they're all waiting. Koda's kind of dancing a little in place. Because, I mean, the music's catchy.
It's so
All
long
three of
wait
his
time.
eyes squint.
Listen. You can crouch on the wall. She will have her fun.
Really?
Is that really the reference you're going for?
We just hear coming from the palace. Sha 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 sha.
Wink.
There it is.
That's the aesthetic of the outside. Doesn't necessarily match the inside, though.
Can't believe we're actually in One Piece.
The taste is very different.
Was pirates.
Eric didn't tell us that this was actually a One Piece role-playing game.
TV. I wish. Anyways, around this time, the blue gnome comes back out of their little door, with a tray of waters. It's like, then he'd be like a water.
Is it fresh or is it fresh or is it salt?
They blink at you slowly. Do you want a salt water? That's kind of weird.
Oh, yeah, sure. I'll take a water. I just take a water.
Seirath also takes a water, kind of nervously at the gnome. It's so tiny.
Zeph pointedly does not take a water.
Seirath takes the other water then.
So we're gonna all need to make Constitution saving throws.
Not me, I didn't take the water.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Coda just...
Any of you who didn't want the water want anything else?
No.
No, I'm okay.
Do you have snacks? I'm a little hungry.
What do you want?
What do you have?
We could have a lot of things.
Well,
It's a palace.
like a palace lady.
well, she's never been in a palace before, so do you have fruits?
They... gnome...
On the island. Do you have fruit?
You know what? Actually, make a perception check. There's a bowl of fruit on the table next to you.
I always assumed they're fake because the last time I picked one of them up and I bit in, it was fake, and I was really upset.
Oh, I understand. Yeah, no, those are real fruits. Don't worry about it.
Oh, thank
Those
God!
are-
And she takes her fruit,
those are
takes a
free
bite
reign.
out of it.
What fruit?
Takes a
Apple.
bite right out of a fucking durian.
Eats a
Oops.
banana straight through the peel like Griffin McElroy.
I mean,
There is a durian in there.
she takes a durian and just chomps it.
Oh my god.
Well, tieflings
That's-
could do that.
Zephyr fucking leaves the room.
Xavier covers his face. It smells awful now.
Coda
And
takes...
also, I'm very impressed that you bit through the hide of a durian.
I mean,
Naraka does not have a nose.
she's a tiefling. She can handle it.
She
The
can,
gnomes-
but we can't.
Oh, that's unfortunate then, isn't it?
The gnome snaps
Now
their
he's being
finger and
rude.
the smell goes away.
do you mind if
okay.
I have the other glass of water since he doesn't want it?
Ichaiyo. Also, the gnome snapped their finger and the smell went away.
I cover my face.
Prestidigitation.
So, Coda drinks from one glass of water, but then she just uses the other one to dump on her head.
Weird. Anyway.
The gnome sighs, walks through their door, comes back out with a towel, and starts wiping the floor around you. I mean, they could have laid out a towel for you to stand on beforehand, but these Genasi is so fucking weird.
Oh, I have to keep moist.
Don't you just naturally condensate?
Most of the time, but we've been having a lot of wind lately, and it's been drying me out.
Well, you're in the palace of a water genie, so...
I know.
Never thought I'd have to listen to water genasi skincare habits.
It's very,
For
very
water.
important.
You get used to it, man.
No.
I think I'm with Naraka on this one.
I admire your strength of will, but you will get used to it. And they leave through the gnome door.
I think when she splashed herself, it didn't like make a huge mess. Like,
It wasn't a
I
jug
just
of
assumed
water.
you dumped it on top of your head.
well, yeah, but like
She didn't
she
dirty dancing
absorbed
herself.
most of
You're dirty.
I think she absorbed most of it.
Is that how water genasis work?
Yeah.
Yeah,
A
they
sponge.
Water genasi's skin doesn't really absorb water, it exudes water.
Yeah.
Oh, great! So you made the floor even more wet.
So technically Coda looks like she's sweating all the time.
she's glistening
Yeah.
She's
all the
constantly glistening.
time.
All the
Good as
time.
always moist.
Maybe
Always.
it's Maybelline.
Maybe it's water elemental heritage. Anyway, at this time,
She was feeling a little
Myrna-
dry.
It's understandable. Don't worry. You had the help wash up after you. It's fine.
Now she
So,
feels bad.
It's weird that the help is worried about water in a water genie palace.
I mean, they still like to keep the floors clean.
I mean, it's clean. It's just a little more damp.
You know, that's really a slipping hazard. I'm gonna shut you down. I'm with
Opens the
Usha.
door a little bit. Yeah, it is.
Coda's a slipping hazard.
Slippery and wet.
That's what she said.
They come out of the door with one of those wet floor signs and places it next to Coda.
It's made out of coconut shells. Ye old wet floor.
It's a little wooden sign.
She's
Yeah,
puffed.
so-
At this time,
She's pouting with her cheeks puffed out.
Alright, so hopefully we'll be getting called up here pretty soon.
This waiting's
Like,
taking
as-
forever.
as you say that, Marina comes back and is like, "Okay, I'm ready to take you down to the palace."
It looks like I
Proper
have
now.
some foresight of my own, right? Right? Look at Naraka.
No.
He just
Yeah,
knows
so-
when things are taking too long.
And you
Oh,
you would notice this. The outside of the palace, it kind of looked a little bit small from the outside.
Bigger on the inside.
And it looks it ahem. Going through, being led through the door on the other side of the room, you can see why, because it is a room leading to a large set of stairs that lead under the water level of the lake.
Yeah.
So
and,
just as a heads up, if we go down here for whatever reason we have to swim, my armor is not buoyant.
It's okay.
Won't have to worry about that.
Then mind the no slipping signs.
There's a little bit of laughter from that.
The stairs are carpeted.
Oh no, wet carpet.
Mildew.
God, don't
So
walk on
You
it. and
smell no
stop.
mildew.
I know. I'm kidding.
All right. So as you go down, you walk a few minutes. You go down into this. It's almost like a glass tunnel.
We out into the water?
You can see out into the water. You can see out into the lake.
Yeah,
Make
so it's
a-
really
make-
dark under here?
No, you're not too far under the water level. You're not like at the bottom of the lake.
It's just like, you know, in those big aquariums that you walk.
The aquarium tunnel. Yeah.
It's the aquarium
Yeah.
tunnel, yeah.
No, I'm asking
it-
how dark it is because we have a human with us.
It's not very dark.
Okay, is it gonna get
The
darker?
sun is shining pretty. No, you're not going.
Okay.
You're not going down. You're not like the stairs lead down about 10, 15 feet.
I was
then
checking
it's a
whether or
straight
not I
tunnel.
needed to cast
No worries.
light for Xavier.
No, there are also lights on the walls.
Okay.
They
On
are
the glass?
sconces.
Little floating lights,
Like dancing lights?
almost like dancing lights, but they look more like fire.
Seirath just has her face like nearly pressed on the window just to see all the creatures underwater, like whoa, while they walk down.
So, yeah, everybody else make perception checks too.
Well, Sig's gotta make a new one, right? Yeah.
She's just looking at everything, but also
Right.
at nothing.
So everybody that rolled above a 10.
Man, I've been nailing these perception checks today.
Naraka sees
Yeah.
all.
So everybody that's been that rolled above a 10. You looking in the water, you see like a bunch of cool fish, a bunch of cool like exotic looking fish that like it almost seems like this lake is like a nature preserve for like different rare fish.
Aw, cute.
And then you see you see like a big like large grouper type fish, and then from out of view in the darkness, a giant turtle head lunges forward and grabs the grouper and pulls back in the darkness, and then like from out of the darker end of the lake where there's too much water for you to actually see through, what looks like a humongous turtle starts swimming closer to the tunnel before swimming underneath it and into a different part of the lake.
Seirath is just like, oh, like agape
Uh,
at the whole thing because she's never seen.
Coda
a
knows
turtle.
what this is.
That's a big turtle. That's all
so
I say.
big.
I know what it is.
You know everything.
Yes, Coda,
It's a
you know
sea
this is a
creature.
this is a dragon turtle.
Yeah, I know.
By the way, like this thing was the size of a ship. For context,
Have I ever seen this before? Do I need to roll a history check?
you've never seen this before, but you can roll like a nature check or a history check.
Okay, I've never seen this before.
No, you have not.
I draw a picture of it.
And
Okay.
on your left,
On your
Do not
left is
worry,
a
that's,
real big turtle.
That is, and Marina sighs, Shelley.
Chevy?
Shelley.
Shelley.
Oh, Shelly. I
That's
think
such,
it's Chevy.
that's a beautiful name for a turtle that big. His
Is
big
one
shell.
of my father's friends. She lives in the lake.
Tell her I love her.
What does she eat?
No.
Grouper, apparently.
Please tell her.
Marina just stops walking and looks you in the eye.
Did it eat a grouper? Because I zoned
Yes.
out for a second. Okay.
There was a grouper, and a giant turtle head came out of the darkness and ate it in one bite.
Oh, okay, I missed that part. Is
Okay.
that really enough food for a turtle that big, though? It seems
eats
like
many
it would
things.
eat straight through the native population of fish.
Shelly is intelligent enough to not overeat. Also,
Okay.
don't worry. Also,
Little did you know this is going to become a nature conservation D&D party?
with your crit 24, Naraka, you look into the deep water, kind of, because the water kind of continues into darkness below you. You look like just off the edge of the carpet, and you see what looks to be a couple glowing eyes and a tentacle retreat into the darkness. And you feel a faint little tickle in the back of your brain.
Would I know this to be an aboleth as well?
Yes. Yes, you would. What is
Aboleth.
it?
Oh, did you see one?
Yes.
Oh, that damn idiot. There's nothing to be worried about.
I'm not going to question as
However-
long as we're getting paid. So
Yeah. What you know of aboleths, by the way, is that they are almost like unequivocally evil. And they bad. But there's this, don't worry, this one after the two that you saw staked out in front of the palace were taken care of by my father, that one surrendered and is currently, let's
Seeking
say, a
asylum?
prisoner of war, and is under strict instructions to stay out of sight, though. So I'm a little pissed off right now.
It will rise up. It will attempt to break you and your people. Kill it.
I appreciate your concern, Mr. Naraka, but we do have the situation under control.
But at
Well, if it
least
ends
tell
up
to
rising-
stay out of my head. If it's mind games it wants to play, it will lose.
I will speak to my father about that. Perhaps we need to go over the rules again. On its,
She leans over and says it loud enough for it.
on its terms of staying. As she looks and leans over the carpet.
well, if it raises up, I don't
Yeah,
mind sticking a
bless.
sword through its face. So
That would not be a good idea.
shrug.
Xavier's just a shrug
They
emoji.
have many tricks. Anyways, let's keep moving. We're almost to the palace proper. And as you she says that, another minute of walking, and you can see there's a through the water you can see looks like a very, very large underwater palace.
Undersea palace, deep sea palace.
Yes, deep sea palace. And the
Yay.
so you walk
Wait,
into
is it in the ocean or in the lake?
It's in the
lake.
I was making a reference to Chrono Trigger. Sorry.
Okay, I was confused about undersea palace.
Yeah, no worries. It's a large underwater palace. And it's very, very bright in here. And as you walk through. You walk through a few hallways. Take a couple turns. Walk past more guards. And come into what Marina tells you is the throne chamber.
So big.
I mean, it's a throne chamber, so
Yes.
kind of expect it to be big and showy.
It's also cold in here.
It's not uncomfortably cold.
She's from the
It's-
tropics. Anything colder is cold.
Well, you're still technically in the tropics. However, you are under the water.
Yeah. Ugh.
So, Marina says, "All right, you 5, wait here until I call you up."
Please don't.
She's
take long
going to
this
stride
time.
forward towards the large blue genie man that you can see sitting on a large cushion at the end of the room. The back wall behind him is a large window out into the middle of the lake where tons of fish and are swimming around. You can see Shelly kind of off in the distance. And so, yes, I did the thing.
Map, sorry, I was so confused. You just jumped at the map.
Yeah, are you guys on the actual palace thing now?
Yeah.
Okay. And the thing came up for you guys?
Yeah. His
The
stare is
picture.
terrifying.
Yes. Yes, it is.
He looks like, the fuck did you just say about me?
Yes.
You want to
And,
catch these hands?
seated to the left of him, looks almost like almost like an elven woman. She has elven features. And as Marina walks up, you can hear her say, "I've returned, my lord, with this group of adventurers." To which you see him stand up, take a step forward, and wrap his arms around her like, "Ah, Marina, my sweet little girl, welcome back." And the woman next to him is like, "Yes, dear, welcome home." And Marina's like, "Ugh." As she gets lifted off the ground by this large water genie twice her size.
How tall is he?
He looks to be about 12 feet tall.
Interesting.
I think that's her dad. You think that's her dad? She looks at Zephyr. Is that her dad?
I'm gonna look over my shoulder.
He did call her his little girl.
Oh, yes, that's her father.
Oh, he's rather big.
These detectives over here.
So, she, once she's put down, she sort of takes a second to straighten herself and says, "I'm here to report that the situation of the supply ship being attacked has been taken care of. Unfortunately, most of the crew was killed by a sea hag and her entourage of sea spawn and sea lions, though they didn't take any of the supplies. This group back here, though," and she looks back at you and kind of waves you forward so you can walk up.
Wave back and walk up.
Making our way downtown.
This group here, though, took down the sea hag and her sea spawn on their own, while I engaged the pack of sea lions in the water.
You're actually doing the walking.
I was very impressed by their actions, and with your permission, I would like to personally oversee their role in the coming war. she sort of like poses herself up like very official looking, and Congilitus sits back down
Sarah's just
on
standing
his
there.
on his pillow and says, "Of course, honey. You're the one I placed in charge of the entire operation. I trust your judgment." And then he turns to look at all of you, kind of gives you all a once-over.
I'm actually standing up, kind of like I almost had attention. I'm just standing up a little bit, as tall as I can, shoulders back, all that stuff.
And Coda gives him a bow.
So you've managed to impress Marina. Well done. I'd like to ask your names first. Though, you, the Waterborn, you seem familiar.
Oh, yes, hello, Sir Congilitus. Actually, you know my father. My name's Coda.
He squints for a second. Coda!
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yes. How is your dad doing, by the way? It's been a while since I've seen that drunk asshole.
Oh, you know, just wandering around like he always does.
Well, I had called him to come and help me with this situation, and I'm disappointed he's not here himself.
Oh, that's why I
But
came.
he sent his daughter in his place, and she must be strong. So, he looks at the rest of you.
Looking side to side, and if nobody else answers, like I'm Xavier Tears. I'm here from well, quite a distance away, and I'm just here to help, looking for some payment, and well, my sword's yours.
Oh, well. Simple man with simple needs, I understand that. No, I don't really. I'm not a simple man. And he turns to Naraka.
How do you pronounce his name again? Congilitus?
Congilitus, yes.
Okay. Does he have any rings on his fingers?
He is adorned in jewelry.
Alright. Where's the biggest one?
On his head. His big ass crown.
Oh, biggest ring on his finger is what I'm going for.
The biggest ring on his finger. It's a huge blue sapphire, probably about the size of your fist.
Great. Naraka walks right up to him.
It's like, pleasure to meet you, Shaw Congilitus. I am Naraka of the Sharp Minds. Might I, well, not necessarily kiss your ring, but bump heads with your ring. It is a tradition of honor amongst my people.
He's looking at you with... He's very amused by this, and he kind of puts his hand out.
All right, I like grab his finger and I press my head right where the glowing third eye inside of my head is, and I cast Psychic Investigation. I just imbued his ring with an intangible psionic sensor. For the next 24 hours, I can use an action to learn the object's location relative to me, and I can look and hear through it.
Oh no.
Oh man. Oh
I can't believe
boy.
we're bugging the king.
That's amazing.
Oh, Naraka.
Thank you, mighty Shaw, and I am humbled by your
You need to
presence.
make a deception check, though.
going up and casting a spell.
Oh boy.
Or a
Well,
psionic
it's
ability.
not. Yeah, it's a psionic ability. It also says it is intangible.
I understand, but just for the little act you were putting on.
You're
there.
trying.
You are acting really weird.
Everyone's like, what?
Well, he doesn't know that. He doesn't know I'm acting weird.
Coda in the back.
I-
Oh my, he can actually speak.
Well,
What was the roll?
just a deception check.
Okay.
You're trying to do a spell on a
10.
genie.
It's psionic. It's not technically magic.
Wasn't
Yeah,
very
like
good
it
deception roll.
won't show up to any like detect magic or anything like that.
It is completely intangible. It is not magic based, so it will not show up on detect magic.
My metagaming
So
brain was just like, man,
So
he
he-
deals with that.
He pulls his ring back. Well, he pulls his hand back, looks at you, and says, "All right, no, really, what was that?"
I don't understand, Mighty Shaw. What do you mean?
I'm
It
a
is
lot
tradition-
older than you might think. I've met my share of shard mines in my time.
Cut your bullshit, Naraka.
This one might be one you want to stand down from, buddy.
I just want to let you know, he rolled a 23 insight check.
Ruh-roh.
He knows you're bullshitting.
Is he?
Big time.
Hey, can you not cause an international incident on our first gig? Just like, quick question, can we not?
He's waiting for your answer.
Xavier's like, am I actually water, Ganassi? I think I'm moist. I'm sweating.
You don't need to roll an insight check to see that Marina is like mortified at what's happening.
Wait a minute. Never mind. I misread the ability. I have to concentrate on the I have to hold and concentrate on the object for 10 minutes.
It's like, please allow me to hold your hand for the next 10 minutes.
Nothing weird about
So,
this.
so
Please allow me to make out with your ring for the next 10 minutes. Oh.
can we go ahead and fudge that and say that I didn't do that?
We can call that an oopsie, and that
That
didn't-
is session 1 oopsie.
yes,
Psionic is a very strange class.
yes. Are you still gonna say that you went up and headbutted his ring?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's gonna,
You know, for culture.
yeah. So he is gonna be like, I don't remember that tradition the last time I hung out with some shard mines, but who knows? It's been a millennia.
Indeed. A pleasure to meet you, Mighty Shaw.
A pleasure to
Connor
meet you.
getting
as
up
well.
by the skin of his teeth.
And I'm going to cast Psionic Investigation
Oh
on
my
this piece
God.
on this piece of carpet that I'm standing on.
Oh my
All right.
god!
I mean, you can do that.
It's-
Does
they
that
can't
cost
see
any
it.
psi points or anything like that?
It does not cost psi points. However, I have this. I can only do this long rest, or shorter long rest.
Okay.
I feel like Coda's
You
just
only have
looking
one
at.
active at a time.
I feel like Coda's just looking at Naraka with like the question marks over her head.
I honestly am imagining he just like went up to me, kind of Gillidas, like bumped his head against the ring, and now Naraka's just staring really intensely at the carpet.
I have made a fool of myself.
Yeah.
Would have been really awkward to explain that I was spying on the king.
So, Are we just gonna say that that's the thing that that Naraka does now when he meets royalty?
It's canon.
He's gonna
rings.
have to cover up his whole deception.
I mean, Eric, you know his shtick.
Yeah. I do.
He's like,
We don't.
He's like, I fucked this up. Now I have to do this for the rest of my life.
I mean, mood.
Now I have to keep this charade going for the rest of my immortal life. All right. So Kungo is gonna look over at Zephyr now.
Zephyr
Okay.
looks very nervous.
You
Zephyr
there,
thumbs up behind my back. Who are you?
I'm Zephyr, and I'm just here to study your beautiful kingdom.
It is beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a little wet, but it's very pretty.
And she's also a hell of a good spellcaster. Saw her throw a couple of spells out in our little engagement, and, you know, we're pretty strong. Got your back.
Yes. She, this individual was quite a powerful. Yes, I can see. He kind of squints at you for a second and is like, Silver Dragon.
I'm sorry, what?
One of your ancestors was a Silver Dragon, weren't they?
Oh, I mean...
Naraka looks to Zephyr.
Maybe looks to Zephyr.
That's what they say, but I never met the dragon or anything like that.
Where are you from?
Well, originally from underground, but the city's called Underhaven, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But more recently from Underhaven.
Oh, the desert city, right. No, I don't remember anyone from over there.
It's been a couple hundred years since we were underground, but it's probably been like at least a millennia since there was a dragon involved.
Must be a youngster then.
All I got now is my scales.
Well, they look lovely.
Thank you.
Anyways, you, Tiefling.
Seirath.
Hey,
Sneaky.
Hello.
you are being addressed by the Shah.
Is the Shah his name or his title?
His title.
Oh, okay.
He is the Shah. Come, step forward. Introduce yourself.
She nervously takes a step forward and just kind of waves at him. She never really had to address royalty like him before, and she's like, "Hi, I'm Seirath. I'm just here." She shrugs. She doesn't really have an exact reason. She just wanted a job. That's kind of it.
And she hangs out with Zephyr.
Yep.
He slow blinks.
Just looking over at the two, and it's like she's a really adept fist fighter. She fought beside me whenever we fought with the sea hags. They're both quite excellent fighters, but they're not one of many words too much. I don't think.
Seirath is very strong. I watched her fight.
Strong. Just strong. Nothing else.
Well, talking about a
Sweating.
prerequisite, so it's fine, I guess.
What?
Talking's not a prerequisite, so that's fine, I guess.
Well, I mean, every time I try to say something, I seem to be shut down, so I'm gonna be a little quiet for a while. And she just kind of steps back a bit.
Don't worry about it. He leans over and takes a little poof off his hookah. It's a very large hookah. So he looks down at Marina, who's like, yes, so this group, they're obviously a little strange, but they've proven themselves in battle, and I feel as though they're capable of doing some great things. And he leans a little bit, it's like, yes, all right. So what will your, what did you say they were, Marina? Call signs, code names? Call signs, yes. Yes, what one is this party gonna be using? Oh, they had decided on, and she turns back to one of you. And gestures one of you to say it.
Prismatic Elite.
Wave a hand over towards Naraka as he projects that into everyone's mind space.
Yeah. By the way, the Shah was not didn't seem to have any reaction when you telepathied at him. Like, it seemed like he was kind of expecting it. So, the Prism Elite. It's flashy, I like it. Well, good job, Marina. And good job, all of you, for being you, I guess. Alright, well, off you go.
Well, excuse me, but exactly, where are we going?
Marina, like, kind of, like, butts her head and like, don't, just follow me, don't worry about it. It's best not to question.
Shrug.
And she leads you off over into the side over here. And also, I should mention, even though you can't see it on the map, there are tons of people here in this room. Like, it seems like this is kind of like
The core.
the throne room is where, basically the throne room is the war room.
Oh,
And,
cool. Embarrassment quadrupled.
And also the party room.
It seems like not a lot of people were really paying attention, but now that you're no longer being addressed by the Shah, if you want to look around at any of the people, go ahead and make some perception checks. Because like there are like obviously the very like the more common humanoids that have like kingdoms and stuff around the block. But
Signal.
But they're also like a bunch of the like more obscure ones. Like you can see, like there are some ogres around. They're dragonborn.
Are there any drow?
There are drow are actually one of the more common
Interesting.
ones. It seems like there's actually a relatively healthy population of drow in the southern city of this island. So much so that they even have their own nightlife district.
Wait.
Are there any shard mines?
There are no shard mines.
Typical.
Your kind is very rare.
He did say he hadn't seen a shard mine in a millennia.
One shard mine town.
There's also, like, of the more obscure ones, you can see, like, there are hobgoblins around, there's some kobolds, and you see some skeletons around, too.
Because
Animated ones,
it wouldn't be an Eric game without skeletons.
It would not be, you're correct. Also, Connor, are you going to roll a perception check?
Wait, I'm sorry, like walking skeletons?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Wait,
This would not be... This is not an uncommon thing.
They're like awakened.
Okay, you can't just like say that out of the blue in your game, just like, oh yeah, by the way, there's walking skeletons. I'm sorry.
Of course
what?
you can. It's Eric's game.
Tis
I got
You
rules.
would know
wording.
that there is an entire city, a small country, a city-state, one might say, in the Western continent, that is ruled over by a benevolent lich.
Interesting.
And the country is basically its almost entire population is sentient undead, mostly skeletons.
Is their national anthem Spooky Scary Skeletons?
You don't know. You don't know, not until I have the chance to put it in the Roll20's thing. But yeah, alright, so so everybody who rolled a 10 and higher, besides actually first of all, just for everybody, it seems like there are lots of you can tell a lot of the individuals here are actually, like, there are lots of groups. Like you can tell a lot of them seem to have like a matching uniforms, or like color themes, like mercenary groups.
Do we have to get matching uniforms?
And like, well, you could tell that mostly those ones are either representatives of like other governments, armed forces, or mercenary groups. You can tell some of them are also just like general like adventuring groups. But each of the groups is being talked to by an official representative of the Great Palm military, usually Water Genasi, a Goliath, or a Triton. And you can point them out by their uniform. They're wearing the same color theme that the guards and Marina wear. Yeah, a lot of them seem to be experienced groups of mercenaries, but just as many seem to be people that came here either individually or in pairs, that are being sort of grouped into larger groups. that are being overseen by an official, like someone. Like for you guys, Marina has taken that role. So you can see you all who had sort of just arrived here and kind of got shoved together. That's kind of a common thing that's happening. Because nobody seems to be working individually.
Xavier just goes over there. Are we all going over there?
Yeah. Well, Marina was leading you over to
okay.
there. So, everybody who rolled a 10 or higher, you notice there's a large figure on the opposite side of the room, talking with a Triton, dressed in the Great Palm Armed Forces garb. A large auburn-furred bugbear in armor. Very imposing figure in the crowd. Stands about a head and a half taller than most people, and he's being flanked by a darker furred bugbear with a breastplate and a cloak. And you can see he's got a. He seems like he's definitely the leader of some large mercenary group. And he's very boisterous. He's laughing loudly and kind of smacking the other bugbear on the back. And kind of people around him are just kind of looking like, this guy's kind of loud.
He's one of them.
He's one of them. And Coda, as the only one who rolled a 15, you notice in the far corner, there's a table in the far corner back in the, looking at the map in the upper left corner. They're also, just so you know, the room actually extends past to the left and right past where the map actually shows.
Okay.
So this, yeah. So this isn't actually the end. But yeah, there's a in that far corner up there at a table, there's looks almost like an elf, but with yellow skin and very a slight nose that's kind of upward turned almost. It's the nose almost kind of reminds you of a snake. But they're yellow skinned. They have elf-like ears. They're wearing a tricorn hat and wearing a coat covering a breastplate, and sort of leaning against a big halberd. And two other individuals of the same race are sitting on either side of her. One with lighter armor and a hood, and another one seemingly much shorter, dressed as same as the one to her other side. And they're not talking with any official. The one thing you notice, it seems like they are kind of looking back and forth across the crowd, looking at Congilotus every so often, and they make eye contact with you and see you looking, and they squint and they look away.
Oh. I guess she turns to Congilitus and says, Mr. Congilitus, who are those people in the corner?
Hmm? He
And-
turns to look. He was, before you addressed him, he was, talking, quieter, just out of earshot quiet, to the woman at his side.
Yeah.
And he looks over at who you're talking about, and he's like, oh, those, do you know what Gith? Have you ever heard of Gith?
Would I know what a GIF is?
Make a history or arcana check.
Yes, I do.
You know that Gith are a race very, very rarely seen. And when they do come, they come in strange flying ships that, at this point, no other race or kingdom has been able to replicate. You know, also that, at least from what you've heard, they tend to have some form of alliance with red dragons.
Yes, I know what a GIF is.
Yes, well, I don't think you would know this individual, but that's Captain Carsden. I pulled a favor or two to get her to come here. More like she's repaying a debt.
Oh,
I wouldn't mind to go over and talk to them, though. They're not very sociable.
oh, they just kept looking over at me. I wasn't sure.
I think they were looking at you because you were looking at them. Anyways, I think you should probably go and sit with your friends and discuss battle plans or whatever my daughter's gonna have you do.
Okay. Oh yes. My father says sorry for not coming. So he sends me, and he says hi, and he'll be around sometime to drink with you again.
Well, that's good. Obviously waiting for the trouble to come past so you can come drink.
More than likely. And then
Well, I got a nice bottle of something you'll like from Captain Carson, actually, so... If you see him, let him know.
of course. And then she bows to him, and then she also bows to the woman next to him too.
And she gives you a nod, and you can see she's looking at your dragon headpiece. And then she sort of waves you over to her daughter.
And so Coda's gonna go over here now.
Yes. Also, if it was not obvious, she is Congilitus' wife and Marina's mother.
Yep.
So, well, now that... Sorry, I fucking smacked my microphone. Now that Coda, yeah, we can actually begin talking about the plan for tomorrow. Now, you've come just in time, as, the current plan is that, everybody who's here on the southern, side of the island is going to make their way to the north city, where the full strategy for the assault on the Felllock is going to take place. Do you have any questions before I continue?
So, if we're going to be making our way there, are we going by boat or are we cutting across the island?
Cutting across the island in a sense.
Alright.
We'll be taking the air.
Well, alright then. Guess that answers that.
Also, I feel like for some reason I should go over what the hell the Felllock is again. I wonder why.
To keep us up to
Almost
speed?
like, yes, to keep you guys up to speed, and it's almost like I haven't actually mentioned anything about that in this session yet. So, as you all know, there's a situation up in the Felllock, in the northwestern island off the coast. It used to be a tourist trap until recently.
Now it's a real trap.
And now it's a real trap, yes. Very good. Some sort of aggressive force has made its home there and is launching skirmishes and incursions onto the northern shores, on the northwestern shores of the island. We don't know what force is actually leading this, though. They're covering their tracks well. And they're making use of many different, almost unrelated groups of things for their fighting. Like one incursion in a village will be undead, and then the next will be these elemental spirits and constructs. They're being intentionally misleading with their attacks, hiding what their true allegiance is. But one thing that does prove, though, is that they have many resources to draw upon.
You said they were coming out. It's a prison, right? Or it used to be?
Yes, it used to be a prison. Back when my father first arrived here on the island, the local population, the Goliaths, they were dealing with an invasion from that island, which has an outlet to the surface from the Underdark. And many Illithid mind flayers and their thralls came to attempt to invade the island. But my father drove them underground again, and that the Felllock was placed above the entrance as both a watchtower and a prison to hold the surviving aberrations from the war. So as a prison built to house those kinds of monstrosities, it is very hard to take. Which is going to make our jobs very hard.
So essentially you got a prison that's been turned into a fortress.
Yes, well, it was always a fortress that doubled as a prison. But now it's a full-time fortress.
We just lost one of its roles.
Yep. Yes, the the island itself, which we just call the island Fellock Island. It's the old entrance from the Underdark is a series of lava tubes that are the remains of what the island once was, a volcano. Now all it is a caldera, basically a giant bowl. There's some forest, as last time we were there at least. Some forest surrounding the Fellock, which is smack dab in the center. But the outside has very steep rocky cliffs, which make it very easy to defend.
My.
So you want us to what? Just get them off your land? Is that it?
Well, we'll be figuring out the exact game plan when we actually get to the northern shore city. We still need to do more scouting and gather more intelligence. Before we launch our attack there, we need to figure out what actually is in there.
It's at this point that I look over at Naraka and say, well, you have a lot of intelligence. Can you somehow project your mind and figure out a little bit more once you're closer? I'm not sure if it's a thing you can do, but I wouldn't put it past you.
You are correct. It is a thing I can do.
It may be a thing you can do, but unfortunately, this prison was used to house psionic beings. Many of its old wards are still active.
What was the name of this prison again?
The Fellock.
What I know is, Eric, is this it? Backstory.
No.
Okay.
I don't know what's going on.
Secret backstory.
Secret backstory.
In that case, I will be careful.
Yes. Please do.
Just remember to use your voice and not your mind to speak, I guess.
Yes.
I don't have a voice. I can only communicate like this.
Make a sound.
Geez, Seirath, you can't just ask someone if they have a voice.
Use your stones for Morse code. Just bang on your head.
I say tiefling idiot in shard speak.
None of us understand. It just sounds like.
Rude.
What?
Wait,
I need a sound.
wait, hang on. Okay. Okay. Can I... would comprehend languages work on shard speak?
It's already been said.
I know. I'm just saying in future. Would comprehend languages work on shard speak? Okay.
Would it? I mean, it technically is a language, but only shard minds know it.
But it's still technically a language.
Well, the spell, because it's a magical spell that allows the comprehension of languages.
I suppose it would then.
Yep.
That's incredible. Okay, I'll know that for future.
So you just hear the sound of like a crystal glass, just with fucking the hand around the top of it.
Pretty much. That's pretty much exactly what it sounds like. Just at different pitches and timbres and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I guess you can make that sound. That's a good sound. It sounds pretty.
But nobody understands it. Also, Thank you.
Aww.
Aww.
Alright, well, so we need to get there. We'll be going by air, you said. What are we doing? Do you have something to transport us? Looking right to Marina.
Yes.
You said we were going by air.
Oh, are we flying?
We are flying.
Oh,
Let me show you. And she's gonna lead you all. I'm going to leave us on this map, however, because I don't have another map for this. She's going to lead you all to up some stairs and out of the throne room.
Okay.
And there's a small bit of the palace that extends above the water. And from outside of these large doors, you hear a sound, like some sounds that sound like and
Like water bubbling?
not like water bubbling, like it almost sounds like what a water balloon sounds like.
Okay.
And she's gonna open the door and you're going to see in little stables, little watery stables, they're just sort of resting on top of little pools of water. What look like large jellyfish with two large tusks coming off the front, made of the same material as the rest of their body.
Coda's super excited.
I'm gonna be honest, I don't exactly know what I'm looking at.
neither do I, actually. Are those,
This is a tusked skyfish.
what are those under it?
Well,
What are those animals?
Let I get a picture.
No, like Sarah's
For,
asking what the animals are. Like, I don't think she's ever seen them. Like the jellyfish, I mean.
Yeah, no, you would not have seen these before. Basically, they look like huge jellyfish.
Size large jellyfish, you mean?
Yes. Yes, they look like size large jellyfish. These are going to be our steeds.
Alright. I've ridden a lot of horses before, but I can't say I've ridden a flying jellyfish. I'm gonna lean over towards Zeph, actually, and I'm gonna whisper, like, are jellyfish actually made out of jelly?
Oh my.
Zephyr leans back over and she says, no, they're not actually made out of jelly.
Why don't you try one and find out?
I
I
highly
would
do
not
not recommend
recommend
this.
that.
Everyone's like, no!
Don't do it.
Mr. Naraka.
Alright, I won't. I don't have any bread or anything, so I'm not gonna try that.
I've never eaten a jellyfish, but I don't think they'd be very tasty.
Then why do they call them jellyfish?
But they kinda look like jelly.
Yeah, they're jelly-like
Squishy.
substance.
Yes.
Oh, that thing looks like a bitch. What is that?
It's a tusked fish. Only the top is above the water. All of its little tentacles are sort of under the water. And she's just gonna
We're
say,
gonna
yes, we,
roll on top.
yes.
Have, like,
Not,
seats or...
yeah, wait, they'll be fitted with saddles, don't worry.
No, I was asking that out of character.
Yes, well, Marina, seeing your looks of confusion, is going to say this.
Okay.
Yeah,
definitely not very common outside of these islands. My father brought them here from the elemental plane of water and bred them.
Well, I'm not going to turn down a steed, especially if one can fly.
It's very
Yes.
impressive.
They're not
Actually-
amazingly fast. However, with the wind with them, they can travel at a steady speed. They float on their own by internal chemical reactions. They can reach altitudes of 30,000 feet.
Xavier puts a hand on his chin and looks up and thinks for a moment. It's like, that's a lot of feet.
Yes. They can also carry a very hefty weight.
Like how
And their
heavy?
tusks, 4,000 pounds.
Oh, that's very heavy.
Yes, and their tusks aren't anything to scoff at.
Are they poisonous?
No, they're not poisonous. However, don't touch their tentacles or else you'll get shocked.
Am I close enough to like poke at their tusks, or are they kind of far away?
You can get closer.
I am nervous, but I would like to gently poke at their tusks.
Okay.
I want to see if they're also squishy like their bodies.
The tusks are in fact not squishy. In fact, they feel very hard. And the skyfish turns a little bit towards you and makes a noise.
Oh, it's so cute.
Zephyr
I think it likes you.
pats it gently.
Make an animal handling check.
I can't believe I've befriended a skyfish now.
Uh-oh.
An animal handling check. We'll see how long that lasts.
But it doesn't last. It kills me. On the spot.
Seirath also comes up and pets the other one.
That's a good idea. I'm probably gonna get us killed now.
Oh no. So as you're like continuing to pet its tusk, you move your hand in like a certain way that kind of like scrapes the tusk a little bit with your nail, and the skyfish makes this noise, and I need you to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Does it spit on her?
Wow, I'm even proficient in Constitution. Okay.
Well, rip. As this spray of horrible smelling liquid shoots from a small little sphincter that you couldn't really see on the front of it between its tusks.
Zephyr screams.
And
Seirath pulls her back.
I was about to do the
So-
same thing.
you are your skin feels really, really like itchy.
I
And
cast
kinda burns a little
prestidigitation.
bit. Okay, you also you are poisoned currently.
Okay, that's
You
fine.
don't take
Getting
any
rid of the
poison
grossness.
damage. Yeah,
You're at the poison condition.
yes.
What does
You
that
don't take any
mean?
damage. However, any ability checks you make for the next minute while you are still poisoned are at disadvantage.
Okay, that's fine. Just for now, I would just want to get the stuff off of me.
Oh no.
I'm gonna walk up and see if I can calm this one down.
All right, make an animal handling check.
Oh god.
Don't fail me. 10. What?
Can Seirath try to help?
It kind of like it makes a more like what's the word? Calmed noise, and seems to like deflate a little bit, because when it got agitated, it looked like it kind of swelled.
Expand.
Expand, skyfish. Yes. Mariner's kind of standing there like, yes, I was going to mention that.
They shoot poison or something.
Yes, it's a stench spray. It's a defense mechanism.
Does it
when
have...
they're aggravated.
Do you have anything to get rid of it?
Well, I believe that Zephyr has already
I use prestidigitation.
gotten the gunk off. So,
I'm fine. That scared me.
Oh.
yes, I was going to say try not to scrape them with your nail by accident.
Once the minute is up, I want to try patting it again very gently and saying,
I'll
I'm
help
sorry.
with this. I am used to mounts, and it's like sort of like a horse, except it like spits stuff on you instead of kicking you. So I'm going to assist.
Coda goes onto the other side of Zeph and pats her shoulder.
So, is it, let me know when a minute's up so I can do this
Yeah.
without a disadvantage.
You can go ahead.
You do it with advantage. I'm helping you.
No, that's a roll.
Okay, it seems
this is pod
it
racing.
seems calmed down now.
Zephyr apologizes. I'm really sorry. I didn't mean to scare you.
Oh.
Well, at least now I'm not poisoned and also not covered in goo.
No.
Yes, I believe now we've all had a day today, so right now I think we should probably retire to quarters, and I'll show you. And she leads you down, back down beneath the water level. And you are each individually given a small hotel suite equivalent of a room.
I'll take it.
If you have any need of anything in the night, just flip open this little clamshell here next to the door and press the little sigil. It will alert a member of our staff.
Oh, it's a shell phone.
I was about to say it's a shell phone.
Gotta keep that water aesthetic.
Alright, well, that's it. Then I suppose we've all got our own rooms lined up here.
Mm-hmm.
If anyone wants me, I'm going to be abusing that button to get food.
The baths are just down the hall.
Zephyr is, we were with Marina, right? Is she still there?
Yeah.
Okay.
All of your rooms are next to each other, by the way.
Zephyr is going to ask if mayhaps there is a library of some sort she could be allowed to look at.
Yes, I'll show it to you.
Seirath will go with her. With that.
From down the hallway, I'm just going to be like, that's a good idea. Make sure you learn about anything about any of these psionic creatures that we don't already know. Goodbye.
Good night.
Actually, I don't think anything new will be uncovered. Our resident scholars have been poring over the libraries for the past month. But you are free to look and get yourselves all educated.
I just, really like reading.
That's admirable. Now, if you have need of me, use the shell sigil and have a servant fetch me.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Seirath
And
takes...
she walks down the hall after showing you the library and disappears around a corner.
Seirath takes one of the shell phones and presses it.
Alright.
She just wants to see what will happen.
That gnome.
Actually, a very, very light blue humanoid with kind of look like crystally hair comes and knocks on your door.
Oh. She opens it. Hello?
Yes, you have need of the services.
Oh,
Wow, that was really fast. I really don't know what I want. I just wanted to see if this would work. I'm sorry.
I never thought I'd get this
Yeah.
far.
He blinks a couple times. You can see also the same like crystally looking hair that he has is also he has his mustache. He has a mustache made out of the same material.
What is your she like points at her hair to indicate his like is that real crystal? Or
It is ice.
oh. Wait, what are you? If that's not rude to ask, I mean, I'm sorry.
No, do not worry. I am an ice genasi.
Oh. Did not know they exist. Okay.
Yes, we are kind of a a half-breed. Well, not half-breed. That is not the right word. We are a
Subrace?
A different
this
class
sounds
of
racist.
water genasi?
It is. We are the in-between between the more common air genasi and water genasi.
That's cool. Since you're here, can you get me some water with ice, if that's not rude?
Of course.
Okay.
The turns. He actually had brought a little cart down the hall with him, and picks up a pitcher, holds it in his hands for a few seconds, gets the cup and pours a very freshly chilled water with some ice cubes in it. Where are you?
Oh, it's fancy. She never knew how much fancy this could be. Until now, this is true life of luxury. Cold water with ice cubes.
Is there anything you require?
No, that's good. Thank you. I appreciate it. She like closes the door behind her.
Very well. Have a nice day.
I'm sorry. Good day. Good day.
Wow.
Down the hallway, I'm just like, I press the button, somebody comes, I'm just like, a platter of a lot of food? I'm just hungry. That's all I'm doing while we're here.
I just wanted to idly read in case I find
In
any.
fact, it is the same individual that had just been to Seirath's room, seemingly. And they say yes. Any particular platter?
I'll take
like?
the surf and surf.
The surf and surf. Would you like some riptide?
Surprise me.
I apologize if my accent made that hard to understand. That is rip with a B.
Surprise me.
Very well. You are within the next couple minutes. You are brought 3 full platters of food. One being just all sorts of different, like, fish and shellfish, like crab legs. One that's
iodine poisoning on the plate.
A little bit. One platter is actually make a nature check.
This is gonna be good.
Make a nature check to see if you know what this is.
Probably not.
Would he even care?
No.
It seems like extra large escargot. It's kind of a reddish, like, snail in like a little, like, rainbow shell, fully cooked. And the other platter is
and just basically just looks at it and doesn't really question it too much, and he's gonna do his best to eat all of this.
Oh, the house, the housekeeping is still standing there, waiting to be dismissed.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Wait, do I need to tip you? I don't. You know what? Here, and I give him a gold.
Oh, thank you, sir. That is very generous of you.
Yeah.
Also, might I suggest you eat the flail snail first?
It came back.
Oh my god. Eric. I hate you. I hate you so much. I can't believe this.
You wanted it as a pet. It came as the main course.
I can't. Okay. Wait. In our other game, Dev promised me a flail snail as a pet.
I did not promise you a flail snail.
You promised me a flail snail, and now Eric is here shoving it in my face like this. I can't. Let's move on.
You can't see my smile, but it is very large. This makes my smile become the big smile. Anyways.
I will happily eat my food, and now I'm gonna shut up because I gotta keep laughing.
Alright.
Coda realizes that everybody kind of went and did their own thing, and she got left alone, so she's like, okay? She's just gonna go take a bath then.
Okay.
So this is our long rest time.
Yeah, you go into the bath.
Like, after a bit, Seirath was like, oh wait, bath? Because I just realized you said bath earlier, and I was like, oh wait. So I'm gonna have Seirath also go over there since he feels gross.
Yeah, Coda was gonna invite Zephyr and Seirath, but she also didn't want to interrupt him because you guys said you wanted to go read.
I mean, you're welcome to come join us. We're just reading.
No,
That's just what Zephyr does.
Yeah.
Is Seirath gonna ask Zephyr if she wants to come take a bath?
I thought Zephyr went to
They
the
wanna come
library
take a bath?
already.
I thought you came to the
I
library
thought-
with me.
I don't know what I'm doing anymore.
You said you did.
I forgot what I actually did, aside from water.
I think you were.
Okay, let's retcon this then. Seirath and Zephyr are in the library. Coda goes and finds them, and she says, "Oh, I'm gonna go take a bath. Did you want to join, or are you going to stay here?"
Alright. Seirath will join Kota, like, after a bit.
Is Zeph gonna be stinky in the library?
No, she'll go with them.
All right. Well, when you go to the bath, there are a couple other people there. You recognize a couple of the faces from the palace throne room.
Okay.
Yeah. There are three baths. There's a mixed bath, and then there is a male and female bath.
Isn't that what a mix? Oh, you mean separate male and female baths? Gotcha.
Yeah. Like there's a group communal bath, and then there are like
every teenage anime boy's dream.
Yeah.
Get out of here, that Minetta.
Just like one of my hentais.
Anybody who peeks in the communal bath just sees it's just a bunch of like young dudes in there, all just sort of like not making eye contact with each other.
Hoping that a hot chick will walk in.
Absolutely.
I can't believe we're doing our communal bath episode this early.
I know, it's episode 1 and we're already getting naked. What is this?
I'm eating my flail snail.
I'm crying inside.
Well,
Zephyr doesn't care much, so you pick where we go.
Seirath is going to the mixed bath because she always went to mixed baths. I don't know. I'd assume they'd have a lot of that. Because
she feels like it.
Yeah. No one could stop her.
Yeah, Coda's gonna go with.
Seirath puts her hair up in a little bun thing after she puts her clothes away, and it's just she goes in and just kind of sits there.
There is a servant sort of just outside of the changing rooms before you go into the changing rooms that lets you know that there are towels there are modesty towels if you want to be in the communal bath without being fully nude.
Okay, thank you. Seirath will take one, but just puts it around her neck. She doesn't care.
We're not scared.
I mean,
no flashbacks.
Zeph is shy. She covers up.
Sun's out, tits out.
That doesn't rhyme.
Naraka is just in there somehow floating as a rock, going.
No, if we did that, we'd be able to see his mouth.
I'm not even sure a bath would do Naraka any good.
I mean,
it's a mineral bath.
Dissolving.
I think Naraka's like a chinchilla. He needs one of those sand baths.
Eric, what's your call on this? Would shard mines need to bathe at any point?
I mean,
I'm sure.
sticky?
I am sure that gunk gets all up in your crevices.
How gunky would you say I am at this point?
When was the last time you had either a water or a sand blast bath?
Probably not for a while. He doesn't really care about people.
Oh, no wonder he's grumpy. He's stinky. Just like his attitude.
He's a stinky rock.
Fuck it. Naraka will go down to the bath as well.
Yeah, you get a a little bit of gunk in your head,
Gunk in
Quill.
your trunk?
So if Naraka comes in the bath with us, does that make it a mineral bath?
Yeah.
Ha!
I'm just waiting for him to take the poncho off, and he's just got a pair of huge wax lips under the.
I love my
He just does
lips.
the handsome Squidward face.
That's canon now.
I know, essentially, it just takes off his poncho and it's just the handsome Squidward face. Damn, that was funny to me. Thank you!
All right.
One person! One person!
Naraka. So Naraka goes into the. I'm assuming it's a unisex bath.
Yeah, the mix.
Yeah, they're the three baths. There's a unisex
Oh, they
one.
wouldn't care, and he certainly doesn't care. He's a rock,
Yep.
and you can smell what he's cooking. That's why he's going to the bath.
Okay.
Naraka's
okay,
gonna expose his family jewels.
Is this a Christian stream, or am I allowed to ask if he has a rock dick?
You
A
can
Rick.
ask
Not.
if he has a rock.
He does. He does
That's
not.
fine.
Where?
No,
Where is his Rick?
Rick.
Yeah. Where is it? Huh?
Where is his Rick and two Mortys?
I'm Crystal Rick.
Oh my god.
I officially quit this stream. Bye.
Connor ruined it.
How are
Bye.
people supposed to draw porn of our characters if you don't have a dick?
Oh my
I
god.
don't fucking know.
Oh my god.
I could get real personal and answer that question.
Please do.
I'm not here. I'm gonna pee.
Oh,
I'm
hey
gone.
Devin, remember last night the obsidian dildos?
Devin
Devin left.
Oh,
Devin just
Scared him.
up and left.
Oh,
enough.
well, last night in Devin's session, a character got an obsidian thing, and so one of the people in the game Googled obsidian, and one of the results on like the first page of Google image results was a pure obsidian dildo.
Ooh.
Oh, that sounds.
Fuck. That sounds awesome.
Wouldn't it be poisonous?
You can buy it on Etsy.
It's very smooth, apparently.
They don't look comfortable.
Okay,
That's
let's-
Try this at home, kids. Google obsidian and find the dildo.
It just looks like a big oval.
Yeah, they don't look comfy at all.
Yeah. Let's continue.
Comfy? Is that the word you described?
I don't think.
Anyway,
I
Naraka
don't
goes
think
to the
you're
bath.
looking at the right one.
Naraka goes to the bath and Seirath says, "Oh, there he is. The grumpy guy."
You've come to join us too?
No, I've come to bathe.
Well, that's what we're doing.
Yes.
Also, after this scene, I just realized we haven't taken a pee break yet.
Yeah.
It is almost 11 though.
That's true.
We can go longer if you want.
Did everyone stop? Did everyone stop talking about the rock candy cock yet?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
we upset him.
I'm sorry, Dev. Was that too much for you?
No, I actually usually had to pee, so I had to be outraged when I left.
Oh, well, I was literally about to say we should maybe take a pee break before the bat scene.
Oh,
And then, are we gonna have combat in this episode, or?
If we want to keep going longer, yes.
I feel like I don't really
Spoilers.
going longer, but I just feel bad if there's no thrill in this episode for our viewers.
I mean, finding out if Naraka has a Rick isn't thrill enough for you. Finding out that flail snail is escargot.
Okay.
God!
Okay, on the Shardmind race sheet, it specifically says they do not have genitalia.
There you go.
So he has to make one.
Yeah, he has to make one.
Oh.
Let's continue.
anyway.
If he makes his own, he can make any size he wants, right?
Yeah, let's continue.
Anyway,
Were we
Anyway.
taking a pee break or not?
I think this is all up to our DM.
Before the bath scene. we should take a
Small
break.
Okay.
Yeah, I need a brief break.
Also, you had no music playing.
Heck.
First stream. Hi everybody, first stream.
Hi.
I guess we're taking a break. Hello. We will reply to chat for a little bit.
Yeah.
Probate,
we will
the
be
rock
back.
candy cock thing was the best thing I've heard all night. I'm really happy.
All right.
Wait, somebody else made that joke when I went to pee? Damn it.
Yeah, probate
I
made
need
that joke.
All right. Here's the break music.
Perfect.
Of course.
Considering where they are,
I'll be right back.
it's perfect. We gotta tighten our bonds.
Yes. All right. Well, I am going to go and be the back.
Miller Ninja, this is actually the first stream of this game, so you aren't missing anything. This is the first
Yeah.
of many to come.
I'm actually it'll be on VOD for people that missed the first 2-3 hours.
Yeah.
And I'm also recording it. But yeah. So for people who are just joining us, I've put up the characters on the screen for a Be Right Back screen, but Naraka's gonna be played by Distortion Devil. He's a Shard Mind Awakened Psionic who does not have rock candy.
Confirmed.
Can't believe that's what's coming out of this. Then Zephyr is played by Bev Hicate Gaming. She's a drow dragon sorcerer. And Seirath is a tiefling sun soul monk played by McSiggy. I am playing Coda. She's a water genasi tempest cleric. And Dev
Hi.
is playing Xavier, a human cavalier fighter.
Yep, with a southern accent that is basically just me talking like I am from the place that I am in real life.
And our DM is Eric. Seirath going all Goku on us in this game.
Entirely Goku.
Entirely.
I'm just waiting for the Kamehameha to start.
I can't believe Seirath is a Super Saiyan. Well, she is super. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, we are in an island, so there is sand.
I made that good pun, and I get nothing from you.
I don't laugh at jokes. It's my thing.
Yeah, I cry.
I'm back.
Welcome back there, buddy.
Welcome back.
I'm sorry, but I just thought of if a dog wore pants, but it's like, if Naraka had a dip, would he...
Would it be on my head?
Or would it be on my head? Or would he have it like this or like this?
Literally my hand. He just has dick fingers.
Oh,
I hate it.
the magic vibrating fingers.
If you want a legit,
Sorry, what?
Sorry.
if you want a legitimate answer, shard minds do not have genitalia. However, they do have like masculine and feminine shaped bodies.
Which is weird.
They reproduce by planting a piece of milk in the earth.
By
So they reproduce by budding.
Yeah, they reproduce by budding.
Oh my god.
Wait, so are they like orcs, so they have to go find something?
I can't believe Naraka's the edgy anime version of SpongeBob.
Quick, I need a Naraka version of the die. I hate it right now.
I'm not sure that's possible.
I believe in you.
If anyone can do it, you can.
So Bev. So Bev, Probate asked, is Seirath going all Goku in this game? And I said, I can't believe Seirath is Super Saiyan. And then I said, well, she is super, that's what I'm saying. And Dev gave me nothing.
Good. It was
That's because, okay, Tabby,
Good.
he actually found it he actually found it really funny, but he thinks it's funny when he doesn't reply to people's jokes.
The funnier I find something, the less likely I am to actually laugh at it, to be totally honest with you.
So if he didn't respond, it means he thought it was hilarious, but he's not going to give you the satisfaction.
I want the satisfaction, though.
I'm sorry, it's just a thing. It was a joke at first for me, and then it just kept being a thing where I'll think, huh, that's funny, and not laugh.
Can't some crystals vibrate due to certain sounds? Yeah.
Yeah, so we had a bard, Naraka would just be like, sometimes.
we just gotta sing to him.
Oh yeah, Probate has a serious question.
How many times has Naraka broken off a piece of his ass to reproduce?
None.
He
doesn't want kids.
You're not gonna have any kids? What is your rock mama gonna think about this?
So, does it just make direct clones of him?
Yeah, he buds. He reproduces by budding.
But I don't know if environmental factors would change the shard mind or not.
How old is Naraka?
No,
you know.
The budding process happens, and they have to. There's specific places in the world where shard mines can reproduce. They're called crystal gardens.
Oh, there's only certain places I can go. God.
Yeah, I can't just plant it in the ground.
You can't just go take a giant rock dump in someone's backyard.
It'll be the same color, a color of shard mind, and it'll physically be the same person, but mentally anything could happen.
It'll have a different awakened mind.
That's a good question, though. How old is everybody's character?
Oh,
How old did I make Naraka?
Did you not put it on your sheet?
I just can't remember at the moment.
Well, I'm 150 years old.
I can't believe Grandma's with us on vacation.
Yeah, I was talking about my character being underground. That was 150 years ago.
How old is Seirath? Or did Siggy go to the bathroom?
Siggy's, I think, still AFK.
Well, how old is Xavier?
23.
Ah.
He's the baby of the group, probably.
Yeah, let's
Probably.
see what I made Coda 25.
Yep.
Naraka is 782.
Sweet lord.
Yep. Shard mines do not age.
They're physically immortal.
Yeah, and when they're ready to be people, they're fully mature.
Grandpa, can you give us some rock candy?
Because of everything that has been said tonight, please never say that ever again in my presence.
Okay, so here's my next question.
I used to like rock candy.
What do shard mines taste like?
Oh.
Probably nothing.
Are you just gonna lick him?
I'm considering it.
Probably wherever they've been, actually.
Zephyr,
Probably the moment it probably tastes like gunk.
Zephyr, with a very serious face while we're all sitting in the bath, just looks at Naraka and says, "Can I lick you?"
I can tell he probably doesn't taste like moss.
Probate says shard mines taste like salt, like many minerals.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
Is this the fucking pervert theme from goddamn Gurren Lagann?
Yeah, you just
Yes,
noticed?
it is. Sure is.
I just heard it.
Naraka tastes like a Nintendo Switch cartridge.
It's track 18.
Thanks, Mila Ninja, for that. I can't believe it's
Please
Naraka.
don't lick
Well,
the-
I mean, look at all these cuties you have in a bath.
I'm bitter, so kids don't swallow me.
Okay, everyone in chat, I need you to vote. Should I lick him?
Oh, fuck.
Oh, vote now on your phones!
Ladies and gentlemen, the first ever D&D stream with audience interaction live.
Vote now.
Vote now!
Vote on your phones now. Should Zephyr lick Naraka for the sake of science?
Also, thank you. The Zephyr art, there's art done by Siggy, which is my token. And then the art that's on the stream right now is done by Tabby.
Yeah, everyone's really cute except Naraka.
Naraka's
cute.
adorable.
No, he's not. He's a fucking asshole.
Cute asshole.
But
So
he's
far,
so
everyone's saying to lick him.
Okay.
I can't wait till Ziggy's back for this.
I'm just imagining.
Sarah's zoned out right now. She's gonna come back and I'm gonna be licking him.
And that'll be where it's like next time we'll find out what he tasted like.
Sarah,
Okay,
briefly.
Hey, hold on. Here we go.
I'm gonna sidle over to.
Did you make a
oh my god.
fucking poll for it?
Yes.
Yes, hell yes, and no,
you
degenerate.
degenerates.
Hell yes. 3 votes for hell yes.
Wait, where is
4
the
votes for
fucking?
hell yes.
Where is
Can I get a
where-
hell yeah?
I linked it in the stream chat.
Oh, okay.
Oh, there's a straw poll. Holy shit.
Someone,
Eric made a straw poll.
I made it.
What are you doing?
we're voting whether or not to lick Naraka. Zephyr wants to lick him.
Oh, okay.
Because he looks like Rocky.
2 people know you degenerate.
3 people know you now.
It's getting even here, fellas.
Oh boy.
There are no soft yeses, only hard yeses.
Oh my god, I can't believe Naraka is actually a frozen piss harpoon.
Oh man.
Oh my god. And Coda
well.
wanted to be in the bath with Seirath and Zephyr so she could just talk to him and ask
I bet.
questions.
Zephyr's
Sure.
Zephyr's
Listen.
gonna settle over to Naraka, and she's gonna look at you. What does your mouth look like? I need to know.
I don't have one.
He doesn't have a mouth.
Oh, that's right. Okay. So is it just like flat, white, like underneath your just like smooth rock?
Well, four votes
Not
over
come
3.
here for an inquisition.
Listen, I'm saying no. I'm just like out of character. I'm
Oh.
saying he
You're
has
lucky.
eyebrow shaped rocks and hair shaped rocks. Does he not have like? facial
No,
rocks?
the place where his facial features would be are entirely smooth.
Okay, that's good to know. I was just wondering because he has other features made out of rocks, but I wasn't 100% sure.
I think hell yes won.
So in session 0 where you guys weren't here, I did poke him and he wasn't a fan. So this is
This is gonna be
So this should be
worse.
spectacular.
This is the taste of a liar, Naraka.
Don't do that. Only villains do that.
Naraka.
Are we all set to come
Zephyr Bucciolati.
back? Are we all set to come back?
Yeah, we're asking
I'm-
Naraka if I can lick him.
I'm
just thinking
ready.
about what else now.
Can listen for science? Can I lick you?
Don't lick him.
I beg your pardon.
I mean, I've never met a shard mine. The music stopped.
Yes.
The music stopped. I've never met a shard mine before, and I tasted rocks before. I just didn't know what you tasted like.
Do you lick all creatures to see what they taste like? If so, I am severely worried about this group now.
No, it's just rocks.
I'm trying not to lose my shit with the background music.
I'm starting to rethink this whole thing, honestly.
Alright, so are we all back
I
now?
just want to take notes.
Is Devin here?
Oh yeah, I'm here. I'm just out of the bath. Everyone else is there without me.
Okay. So, let's just say now we're back off of break, and silliness is happening.
You put the romantic music on in the background for this bullshit.
Yeah.
Then take notes. Don't taste notes.
But how am I supposed to know what to write down?
But,
Why do you want to know, really?
but it's life
I'm just really
experience.
curious.
Are you that curious about my biology that you wonder what I even taste like?
I've never seen a shard mine before.
Here's a hint. Not great. That's why I'm here.
By the way, at this point, the other, guys in the bath are, they are severely weighing their options between titties and whatever situation's going on here and getting out of the bath.
You're here because you don't taste good?
I'm here because I am dirty.
Well, I mean, are you still dirty? You've been in the bath for a while.
Wait, what did you say?
Are you still dirty? You've been in the bath for a while.
I just got here.
We just got in.
Yeah, we just got in.
How long's it been?
It
Like,
hasn't.
not even 5 minutes, because we took a break before the bath.
Oh, okay.
happened.
I thought it was just us chilling in the bath while I was gone, because you guys were talking when I came back. She's gonna lick him in his sleep. If I tried to lick him in his sleep, he would probably kill me on the spot.
Alright.
Hey, special request. Can we keep our eyes off the chat while we're playing again?
Yeah. Oh, right, we're off the... Sorry. Okay. Whatever, we can move on.
Is that really an appropriate thing to ask?
Especially in a bath. Makes you seem like some sexual deviant or something.
Okay, never mind.
Uh-huh.
You don't want to like that anyway. It's filled with bitterness, and you don't want that in your life. Like, Seirath is obviously showing she does not like Naraka as much as she wants. She's trying to, let on, I think? I don't know. She's just sick and tired of his attitude already.
You don't have to like me.
Coda's
As long as we can work together.
Yeah,
noticing
well, working together could get you a better attitude with other people, you know?
Coda's noticing Zephyr's looking, down about this whole thing, and there's so much tension, so she just, puts her arm to Zephyr and goes, you can like me if you want for science.
Do you taste different than normal skin?
Probably. I mean, I basically am covered in moisture all the time.
I don't know, you're not a rock. That's kind of weird.
Oh, okay then. I was just trying to help.
I really appreciate it.
I'm pretty sure that the water that Coda exudes and has condensed on her is salt water.
Is it? Yeah, that would make sense. It's
So
specifically
technically,
because he's a rock.
Water.
I've seen Genasi before. I've just never seen a shark.
I know,
He's the only one I've ever seen.
She was just trying to help.
I know,
It's
and
a
Zephyr
weird-
feels really bad.
He's still wearing his poncho, by the way. He hasn't taken it off. He was sort of taken off guard by that question. Are there multiple baths and they're just all in one, or
They're in the
There are
middle.
multiple baths.
all right? Well, Naraka will take the one away from the rest of them, and he'll he'll hide his left arm in front of his body, and then take off his poncho, and with his back facing the rest of them, just get in the bath.
There was a person outside of the changing room that was giving towels for modesty for people who did not want to expose their nudity.
Then he'll grab quite a few towels, actually. He'll wrap one around his face and one around his arm, his left arm, or quite a few around his left arm, actually.
That's weird. That's not suspicious at all.
Well, since we're going to be a group, how long have you two known each other? She's looking at Seirath and Zeph, trying to, make the conversation a little bit more amiable now.
Oh, probably a few months now.
Mm-hmm.
We just we just met up on the road and we've been traveling together.
Oh, that sounds like fun.
Yeah, she saved me from being robbed, actually.
Yeah, I kicked their asses.
I can believe it. You seem very strong, Seirath.
I try, I guess.
Well, what did you do before you met each other?
Who's she referring to?
Both of them.
Zephyr's gonna let you go first.
Sierra shrugs. She's like, I used to fight. That's it. I grew up in a monk training place. And now I'm here. It's nothing special, you know?
For a long time, I lived underground. And then we didn't live underground. And I moved away from my guild and my home to sort of travel and learn things. What about you?
Oh, I used to live in a port town, and I studied in a temple, and, well, my father's kind of a wandering sage, so I guess I just kind of followed in his footsteps for the wandering part. I think it's very admirable that you want to gain so much knowledge and intelligence, Zephyr, and that you want to learn things. And I think it's very admirable how strong and kind you are, Seirath, that you would help other people. I hope we all can become good friends.
Seirath kind of just pouts at that because she's like really upset because Naraka was just constantly like putting her down most of the time when she's trying to ask questions. So she's like very pouty.
Zeph pats her shoulder.
So she's like being passive aggressive. Like, right, not trying to be mean to everyone, but she's just so mad.
She doesn't like getting talked down to by Naraka.
No, because she is smart. She likes thinking about things and like
we're traveling for knowledge together, like.
Yeah, and the fact that Naraka keeps putting her down really makes her upset, so she's like, fine.
He is calling all of us idiots, though, so like.
Equal opportunity jackassery.
Well, it's like, it's kind of tied in with her backstory, kind of, so,
Well,
like, it's getting to her even more.
Well, I think it's admirable that both of you want to gain knowledge and that you're always studying and doing it together. That's just great that you could find somebody else to travel with. Most of the time I just travel alone. So this is kind of one of the first groups I've been in where I could actually talk to people. And, well, I think you two are really nice. I know Mr. Naraka is,
He's a butthead.
rough around the edges.
Just say he's a butthead.
But I don't think we should take a lot of what he says personally, because I don't think he has a lot of experience with different people like us. Maybe
I have plenty of experience with people.
Maybe like me, he's been traveling alone a lot.
Why do you travel alone a lot?
Oh, well, people tend to, like, look down on me a lot. And, it hasn't really been good. I was part of a group before, but they ignored me a lot and kind of treated me like I was stupid.
You're not stupid.
Thank you. I mean, I know I'm not, but it's not a good feeling. So I do understand.
I know very well. And she just kind of glares at Naraka
I
behind the wall.
I know how it feels, and I want you to know, Seirath, I don't think you're stupid at all. I actually think you're really cool.
Oh, okay. She doesn't know how to really react to that, so she just kind of like looks away.
What's Xavier doing?
Thank you.
Eating food.
Was eating food.
Oh,
and
that's
probably
why he's
gonna.
not here.
Yeah, no, it's probably gonna come join the bath in a minute. But He's eating his flails now.
I know it's
Flails, yeah.
I know it's tough for all of us to get along together when we just met and were thrown together. But we could find the balance of each other in this group, and well, if we work together, we'll all get our end result, right?
That is the goal.
But in order to work as a group, we should respect each other. I think if we do
Naraka.
that... She was kind of aiming it at Naraka.
Eric, check your messages.
Oh no!
Also, Eric, also check your messages.
Oh my god.
Yes. And yeah, the three of you, go ahead and make a perception check on Naraka.
Oh my god.
It's just that match.
I'm proficient.
Ooh.
Zephyr's just like, she's like, I didn't get to lick him, so I'm just gonna stare at him.
As this goes on, Xavier just kind of walks in and is like, hey, what's up, everybody?
You can make a perception check too.
I just walked into the room. Let's see.
Is Xavier wearing a towel?
Yeah, he's wearing a towel.
Okay.
You're at the waves at Xavier, like, hello.
Hello.
Her whole boob out.
Yeah.
Only one, though.
All of
Zephyr's
them.
totally wrapped up in a towel.
Coda's.
Where Sarah's in like a towel toga.
No, she has the towel around her neck, actually.
I don't see shit.
Doesn't care.
Just gonna slide into the water with everybody else as whatever's going on is going on.
Okay, well, since I told Eric to do this, I said it'd be pretty easy, but Xavier, Kota, and Seirath all fail, and Zephyr. If you look closely at Naraka's back, you can see on one of his sides a very noticeable crack.
A crack?
Yeah, a crack in his body.
Oh, he's cracking.
Oh my god, is it a little mini creature wearing rocks like a suit of armor? Are you Iron Man?
I can't believe it's a mecha anime.
I am Naraka Man.
I can't believe
Zephyr
Connor's
looking at
actually
it then.
playing Hammond.
Zephyr looking at it then, she'll be like, are you okay?
You want to know why I'm so abrasive? You want to know why I call you fools for wanting to wander the world and learn its secrets?
Yes.
Naraka turns around, and on his chest, you see a whole lot more cracks. All
Nice.
centered around a couple of what look to be large, what used to be holes, maybe. It looks like someone basically took a sledgehammer to a piece of glass.
So I have a question for you. Is this obvious on his chest?
Very obvious.
So when
Yeah,
he turns around, we all can see.
Oh,
Because when you trust people, you work
You
to
trust
give
people.
people freely. When
You get
you
betrayed.
do the mistake that I did.
And he pulls off the towels on his arm, and you see his left hand is completely shattered.
wait, he doesn't have a whole arm at all?
It's being held. It's a bunch of like sharp pebbles that are being held together through psychic energy. And he takes off the towel around his face, and his entire lower jaw is much of the same.
Ugh.
Oh,
This-
my.
is what happens.
All of the other people that were in the bath leave. They get the
They're like,
fuck
they're
out.
like, no, this is
Actually,
too heavy.
Titty is not
As this
worth
is going on, by the way, Xavier is actually looking at everybody else in there and is just kind of like shooing them off.
Oh,
Did Did someone like throw you off a building?
Zephyr.
What?
I've seen people with scars similar, not like that in particular. If he wants to share, let him do it on his own terms.
It's impolite to ask about.
I mean, he is
scars.
talking about it, and he asked if I wanted to know.
This is me sharing. Since you all seem to dislike my attitude and worldview so much, I figured since we're working together, you deserved an explanation. You were going to see this sooner or later. The constant mental strain of holding together my broken body is agony.
So you're looking for a way to fix it, aren't you?
No.
With what?
I'm looking for the person responsible for it.
Seirath just pouts and is like, I get it. I had masters who were like that.
No.
No, let me finish. Fuck you, let me finish. I get it. You're hurt, you're beaten down. It sucks. But that still doesn't mean you have to insult us too. We could always help, but if you're gonna keep insulting people, they'll just turn away and not want to help. Especially you seem to be looking for some form of help. I don't want to hate you. I don't like hating people. It strains me and it exhausts me. So let us help you and you help us in this situation. And let's make you less smelly first. You know? Because you seem really smart. I would love to learn, but I would be very not happy to always be mad at you whenever you're in my bubble and field view.
Sorry.
I apologize.
And Seirath just kind of gets up, walks over, and like gives him a gentle hug.
Not on the crack side, I assume?
Not on the crack side. That will hurt. Her boobs are like not wanting that at all.
Or hurt him, maybe?
Yeah, that too. It's like, oh no, a shard is in your boob. Fuck.
10 years.
There, see? Now was that hard?
Okay.
Coda gets up
Yes.
too.
Yes, it was.
Coda gets
Now?
up too.
Honesty is a good policy.
Sorry, Tabby, go ahead.
Coda gets up too and walks over, and she kneels down and like pats Naraka on the shoulder and gives him a smile and says, "Thank you for trusting us and telling."
If this comes back to bite me, I will kill you all.
That's
I
fair.
want to kill you. Anyway,
Right as Naraka is saying that, someone walks into the bath, turns on their heel, and walks right back out.
When he
That's a
says
good
that-
idea, buddy!
When he says that, Zephyr says, "I'm sorry for asking to lick you. I didn't mean to upset you. But also, good luck killing me. I don't like fighting, but I also really don't want to die."
Stu.
Well, you guys don't have to worry about it. If there's somebody swinging hammers or something at you, or doing anything like that, just tell me and I'll get in the way for you. It's kind of what I do.
I think if we can trust each other, we can have each other's backs and we can get farther and maybe learn all the things that we all want to learn.
I got a question real quick.
yeah.
Are we all outcasts of some sort?
No.
I'm not. I'm not. I just they asked me to leave to get more knowledge and stuff, and I was like, yeah, that sounds fun.
Right,
Not
well,
exactly.
Are you?
There's a long story there that I can share, but if I say it's too much, it might put you all in danger.
I get you.
might be sort of.
Wait, you're one too? You don't look like an outcast.
I thought there was a lot of, a lot of feelings being shared around here right now. So I figured everyone could share a little bit more about themselves. I mean, we're all naked, sort of.
Seirath is literally letting Naraka like
Skinship.
Seirath is literally letting Naraka's head lay on her boobs. She's like just crouched down next to him.
Naraka actually doesn't feel as agitated anymore.
That's the power of boobs.
It's probably painful for her because of his hair, but
That's okay, she could deal. She's ignoring it. It's like a cat when it's like it's in a weird position for you, like its elbow is somewhere on you, and you're like, I love this cat, but please move a little bit. But they won't. It's like that. Or like a dog.
You ever just hug a rock?
Yeah.
These guys are over there. Xavier seems to be contemplating something, and he's fiddling with a charm around his neck.
Okay, I'll bite. Zephyr says, "Are you okay? You seem a little down."
Oh, well, there's a lot of reasons why people are here. Some of it's just for money, and that's honestly a big part of why I'm here. But, let's just say, personally, I just don't want to be back on Kota right now. That's the continent the humans are predominantly from.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Zephyr listens and nods.
Yeah, there's a lot of story going on there, and I'll be happy to share it with y'all after we get our business here done, a little bit more under our belt. And I was partially coming to see if I could find y'all, because where I come from, we use a little bit of strategy, and we got a couple of good minds here, so I figured that maybe we could come up with some battle maneuvers.
I've never battle maneuvered before.
Bath time battle maneuvers.
Basically.
I really don't like fighting unless I have to, so...
That's why you're not going to be standing anywhere near the front.
Yeah, I would prefer to not be near the front.
I think
You let the fighting. I forgot what I was going to even say. Go ahead.
I think you and Naraka are better suited in the back.
Indeed. My current state, I am fragile.
Well,
Delicate.
I may not have a shield, 'cause shields are for wimps, but I'll be your shield.
Xavier, we're both shields. We are strong.
Naraka and Zephyr are good with spells, magic, their ranged attacks. So I think they'd be best in the back. Xavier and Seirath, you're both very physical fighters. So I would say you're the front. I guess that would leave me in the middle then.
You can be somewhere in the middle. You don't wear the lightest armor. You can still swing a weapon around, but you do have your spells. So I think that it'd probably be for the best.
Yes.
You are a cleric, are you not?
Yes. I can heal everyone too.
That's perfect.
That
We
would
have
be good.
A full round team. A good around range team.
So, I do have one question, though. I know that we did some conversing with Marina earlier. She did say, well, Aboleth and the like, there's different things coming out. But if it was a prison for psionic beings over there, should we have some sort of failsafe in case we have our minds messed with? I'm not sure what helps with that.
Well,
honestly.
Pardon me for a moment.
and Naraka just sort of rests his left hand on the ground and sort of tilts his head back.
Is that the broken one?
Yeah, that's the and then he just you see the light in his eyes dim for a moment, and all the pieces just completely fall onto the floor.
Oh.
Much better.
Coda kind of scoops some of the ones that are on the edge into a little pile.
Thank you. My mind, being what I am, I cannot be broken into. Not easily, not with difficulty. It is impossible. Should anything happen to you, it will be up to me. Issues of the mind are my specialty.
Okay.
I'll be honest with you. When it comes to the minds, I'll admit that I'm not always the brightest, which I think leaves me susceptible to some psionic abilities. I look to Naraka. Looks at Naraka and it's like, it's all right. You didn't learn anything that you didn't really have much of a right to.
You did ask if jellyfish were made out of jelly, so...
Yeah.
That's a reasonable question. That's the word jelly.
Issues of the mind. This place is built to keep prisoner psionics like myself, so I'm not sure how I will be able to get past any defenses they may have.
Well, if there are things escaping from it, then that means there has to be a crack somewhere that they're coming out, especially if aboliths are there.
Listen, it's the only word we can think of. You want to say,
I'm sorry.
Oh, let's use the word breach.
And little breaches, yeah.
Hey, Eric.
Little holes.
Yes.
Still,
Do I get inspiration for being insensitive?
You didn't a dinspiration.
Okay.
Also, sorry, what were you asking, Beth?
Can I roll, like, I don't know, history or something to see what exactly I know about psionics? I know a little bit because she does know about mind flayers, but I don't know how far my knowledge of psionics goes.
I feel like that would be more of an Arcana check.
That's fine. Either or. I just want to do a roll for that.
I think that would actually probably be more Arcana.
If there's a
Okay, it's bad.
if there's a breach, then things like the aboleth and stuff are getting out, and you know these mind powers.
I know them well. Still, the place was designed to keep psionics locked up. There has to be some working defenses as well. I'm not sure how I will react to that.
That would make sense.
Then we find the way that you can go through.
Which actually leads me to another point.
Even better, if there are defenses set up to disable my powers or whatnot, we need to find them and disable them.
That's what I was about to recommend. I was going to ask if any of us know how to disarm traps and things like that.
However, there is the issue of other malevolent psionics. In most cases, in a one-on-one duel, I come out the victor against other psionics. I have an inherent advantage being what I am. However, should you come across any psionics, do your best to find me. I do not know the extent of their powers. They are locked up for a reason, after all.
So you do know that all of the psionics that were at one point locked up there have long since expired. That's why it was being used as a tourist trap.
Yeah.
Because it was basically just come check out the spooky deserted prison. It's literally like, hey, come check out Alcatraz.
It's like, hey, come check out this old prison, that haunted prison.
Wasn't this island basically like a big old resort ran by Congilitus?
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't a resort. It was just a tourist trap.
Yeah, it was a big touristy place.
So, Eric, how much do I know about psionics? Because I know about mind flayers, obviously, and their mind powers, because we established that.
You know... Put it this way, since you have met Naraka, you now know more than you ever have about psionics.
Okay.
I'm gonna ask, so I don't have much familiarity with psionic powers or powers of the mind, obviously. I do have to ask, much like mages, wizards, sorcerers, and like, sorry, Zephyr. Are they typically physically frail?
Oh, one more thing I would say is that you know that purely psionic powers do not show up to scrutiny when searching for magical effects. So spells such as detect magic would be unable to detect psionics. Because psionics aren't based on any schools of magic.
Magic of the mind.
Well, let me think for a moment. For the most part, yes. Most psionics aren't concerned with training their bodies. They're more concerned with training their minds, as it is their strongest muscle. However, do not think them weak because of their frailty. The best way to deal with a psionic is to take them by surprise or use a stronger psionic.
So we use you and we use physical force, if possible.
So you subdue them, and
subterfuge. I did say the best way to take care of them is to take them by surprise. If you rush in full force towards a psionic, it will not be easy.
Sweats.
Are any of us good at sneaking?
Absolutely not.
Nope. I am a light bulb.
I have, out of character, I have relatively high dex, but I do not have proficiency in stealth.
I don't have proficiency.
I have stealth too, but it's not proficient.
I wear heavy armor.
I have a question. Is it possible to just persuade them to chill? Because I do have 19 charisma and proficiency in persuasion, intimidation, and deception.
I'm not the DM, but I think it depends on the context.
Are you asking this in character?
No, I'm asking this out of character. Yeah,
Well,
I have proficiency in persuasion.
It's possible to persuade anything that understands you, really.
I know.
You just got to roll high enough.
It's because they're psionics. I don't know if they're like especially immune to it or something.
Like you can high charisma. You can convince anybody of anything if you've got charisma, but like trying to like forcibly, like cast suggestion or something like that on them probably wouldn't have a great time with that.
Okay, thank you.
But you can like talk to them and like try to figure out what the deal is.
Okay. Yeah, if worse comes to worse, we could always just try talking to them.
And if I'm not sure if that's the worst. The worst would be we distract them and then I drive my sword through them, or Seirath does that thing and he just like mimes a few punches and it's like,
isn't that plan A?
It could be plan B.
Would I, Eric, being a psionic, would I know the different types of psionic?
Yes. You would have elementary knowledge.
Well, I'm not sure what or even if we'll be facing other psionics other than perhaps the Aboleth. But there are things you should know. There are avatars awakened like myself, immortal, nomads, soul knife, and Wu Gen.
Woo what?
Wu Gen.
Would Seirath know what that is?
No.
It's rated as psionics, and I think that Eric established that psionic powers are kind of rare.
Oh, okay. It sounds like a fighting style, so.
Zephyr sits on the edge of the bath so that she can write notes in her notebook about all this.
Avatars are more focused on training their bodies and their minds. Awakened like myself train solely with their mind. They are the ones that you won't be seeing, more feeling.
I assume that would be the soul knife. Kind of just sounds like they stab you in the soul, which honestly kind of gives me the
Well.
heebie-jeebies.
That's really creepy. I don't want to get stabbed there.
Soul knives are another one that focus on their bodies. They can project their psychic energy into blades, almost, of pure psionic energy.
That's kind of cool.
That's kind of cool if it wasn't killing me.
You won't have to worry about them using, typical psychic powers against you. You just have to worry about them getting in close. If they hit you, you're practically dead.
Oh, I don't think I have anything that's not punching.
Well, I mean, we just hit him harder, obviously.
You have the entire basis of your subclass, Siggy.
Yeah, you shoot light out of your fists.
Oh, I forgot I could do that. Look,
No.
when you use physical fighters
Your
or
whole subclass.
I
Sig.
forget. It's either I punch or I spellcast. There's no in between.
You're a
There is-
Saiyan.
There is
Punch
no
spells.
armor on this world that can stop the blade of a soul knife.
Well,
Buy
If
one
it
of
hits you at
those.
all, it will strike true.
I suppose that means that you'll be taking dodging those hits instead of me, hopefully, if that comes up, Sarah.
Yeah, I'll try.
okay.
Last time really did hurt.
So, I guess what it comes down to is we should be prepared and be cautious and trust each other. And, well,
And be nice.
rely on our strengths.
If we all work together, we can do just about anything except for disarm a trap, probably. Which, that might be a problem, actually.
Zephyr, you should learn how to disarm traps.
What? Why me?
You're smart.
Xavier's just nodding in the back, like, yes, sounds good.
You're like really good at that stuff.
I mean, where am I supposed to learn? I mean, there were no books on traps in the.
You have
Were there any
small-
books on traps in the library, Eric?
Not specifically.
Okay, there are no books.
It was
on
more of an
traps.
You
academic
have small,
library.
nimble fingers, and I have these big, meaty hands. I can only do so much.
Big meaty claws!
No, that
These are
was
made
that was
for
the session
punching.
earlier today.
Yeah, it
Oh,
was.
yeah.
It was.
Your
Then we
hands-
killed him.
Your hands are wonderful. But I mean, I can try disarming traps. I just would really prefer to read about it first.
Well, yeah. You
Well,
can find a book.
I'm sure there's
If I-
stores. Well, it's a
If
res-
worst comes to worst, I'll walk ahead, and I'll get hit by whatever it is. Y'all just keep me alive, we'll be good.
Well, this is a tourist resort town. I'm sure there's bookstores in places we're going. I'm sure
Yeah.
somebody would have a book.
I mean, would they have a book that explains how to disarm the very traps that held their prison together?
No.
That seems sort of counterintuitive.
But
There might be archives in the prison itself.
That's true. Now that is very true. So once we get in there, we can look around. There's, of course, going to be knowledge hidden in there.
there we go. Positive thinking.
Yeah, see?
We can do it.
We're gonna beat whatever that.
We don't really know exactly what we're
Yeah.
beating, but God damn it, we're going to do our best to beat it all.
I'm thinking about this, and I'm already not excited.
Well, that's alright. I guess I'll just have to be excited enough for all of us.
I'd rather fight hags at this point.
I decided to travel with you all because I believed you were strong.
Okay, I guess.
That is the closest you'll get to a compliment.
Well,
Thank you.
we've already fought once together, and look at what we accomplished.
Halftime.
You yourself, Kota, are quite strong.
Oh, thank you.
It's almost like he critically hit on the first round of combat.
That's crazy. Hey, does anybody see that metagaming pigeon?
No, there's not. I don't see a pigeon, but there's a fish right over there. It's really weird.
The metagaming
that's-
fish.
Yeah.
No, that's Kota.
Oh, no, the other fish over there.
Glub,
That is a
glub.
great fish.
No, that's Zephyr.
No, that fish, the pink one with the weird horn. I don't know what that is.
No, that's you.
It's almost
No,
like she
I
critted on
said
the
pink.
first fight. Oh, God.
Make a Homestuck joke, please appreciate.
To further explain my distrust, we sharp minds are all keepers of knowledge. Some are keepers of music, some are keepers of culinary arts, some are keepers of books, authors, gardening, anything you can think of. There is a sharp mind who specializes in it.
Really?
What do you
I-
specialize in?
I was special. I should not have been sent into the world. For I am the keeper of secrets.
What kind of secrets?
I think that's part of the secret, Sarah.
A shrug emoji.
Well,
Every kind.
I think that you were supposed to come out here so we could meet you.
That's the secret.
Hmm.
Right?
Whether that is true or not, I cannot say.
Well, some gods work in mysterious ways. Whether you worship them or not, there are those that control fate, so it's always possible. I assume that's probably a secret that you would like to get your hands on.
Now you're starting to think on my level.
The one with the lowest int started to think of Naraka's level, +1.
+1 friendship.
Well, I'm glad we could all, well, I guess sit in the bath and develop some friendship. Skinship? Is that more appropriate?
I don't know.
Friendship sounds better.
I think friendship is alright. Good acquaintances, perhaps better for some. I'm not sure, but
We're all naked here. This is past acquaintanceship by this point.
Well, and you all look lovely.
well,
think-
thank you.
I think that we've made a lot of progress. And now that we know more about each other, we'd feel better traveling with each other, and we'll be able to figure things out better. Especially when we have each other's backs for whatever may come. Sometimes we can't predict what comes, even being a psionic. It's like
No, that is objectively incorrect.
That is-
Psionics also have precognition.
Well, I think the point is you can't always know. Sometimes there are things get past you because you're not expecting to have to expect it. Oh, my head.
Anyway,
Listen,
while
listen,
I
if you could see everything that was coming, did you see me asking to lick you?
Fair enough.
like water, everything flows, and we have to basically adjust our flow to the water. And while that's said, maybe we should move this feelings party out of the bath. People are starting to look through the door at us a little
They are.
funny.
Hey, you guys over there. If you're so scared, why don't you go ahead and leave? And if you're not, get in here. There's plenty of water for everybody.
Sure, come on,
It's
fight me.
actually the person that was handing the towels out to you guys, and they're like, "There, I was just checking in to see why all the people are running out of the bath."
Oh, it's because we intimidated them?
They were intimidated by our hot pods. She dabs.
Fuck.
Well, I do not doubt that. Perhaps, if courtesy for other bathers.
I'm glad Waluigi
Idea.
is giving us towels.
Hey guys, would you like a towel?
It sort of sounds like that bat from
Anastasia.
Anastasia, yeah.
What?
Oh,
That's his
Bartok?
voice?
Yeah, Bartok.
His voice?
That sort of sounds like Bard talk.
Well, you
I
know,
thought he sounded like a more nervous guy.
It's good to see. It's good to see that Waluigi finally got a job after being rejected by Smash.
Yeah.
So Xavier's like, well, you know, maybe we should get out. So, you know, for everybody that wants to eat, the snail is amazing. I ate like 3 platters of food before I came in here.
Oh, I do love seafood.
I want to have a snail.
You still have half a
my
snail
God.
left, by the way.
I'm sorry, Beth.
Snail, by the way, I should say, it's size large.
I didn't eat the whole thing.
Yeah.
Well, I think I've gathered up enough moisture while we've been talking, so I might get out.
I'm gonna just stand up and stretch and be buff and shit.
I know what you mean.
Everybody
But why does that
be
sound so
rocking.
dirty?
Seirath also gets up, is buff, and stretches.
What did Naraka say?
So I know what you mean, but that sounded so dirty.
Oh, gathering the moisture.
Yeah.
You know, we're gonna just pretend she's like a plant. Water her and watch her grow. And that sounds bad too. All right. Anyway,
I know what a Nazi is.
Sat smurfs.
Are you guys talking about innuendos? That's very naughty.
Naraka reattaches his hand in his jaw.
Everybody but Coda and Naraka is super pruned when they get up.
Oh no, I've been sitting on the edge of the bath for a while.
yeah, nah, I was just.
Coda and Naraka are like shining, glistening, and everybody else is.
Only, Zephyr, only your feeties are pruned.
Okay, that's
Your
fine.
toes
Yeah, I was
is-
I was sitting on the edge of the bath so I could take notes.
Pruned toesies.
Well, I suppose that now's as good a time as any to be ready for the trip tomorrow. So where I come from, I'm actually used to riding different mounts and everything's around. So tomorrow, if you need a hand, I will help get you saddled up along with everybody else and teach you how to take care of a mount.
A-okay.
Alright.
Alright.
I think I'm gonna go to bed.
So-
Xavier says.
I want to
Coda,
eat that snail.
like, goes over and gives everybody a hug. Because she's excited for friends.
Seirath gives her a big hug too.
You get a hug and a pat on the back, like.
A
Yeah.
hug and a spin.
Naraka stands perfectly still.
His hug is like he slides in with the concrete sound. Coda hugs him and then he slides away with the concrete.
Naraka swooses right in.
Yeah.
Zephyr asks, before we all go to bed, can I ask you a couple more questions, Naraka? I promise not to try and lick you.
Fine.
Naraka's like, I'm old, it's past my bedtime.
I mean, first of all,
But I have the right to refuse to answer any questions you may ask.
do you even need to sleep though?
Yes.
Really? Do they?
You have to sleep to keep the mind sharp.
Yep, the short minds have to sleep.
Interesting. Okay, any other questions I have? I can ask it now, but I can always ask it to you after stream too.
Okay.
Okay. So everybody...
Seirath's gonna like...
Naraka will probably follow Zephyr to her room, probably.
And just like talk.
I would assume Seirath and Zephyr like would share a room since I guess they've already been doing that. It's like,
You all have
Our own room.
Everyone has their own room.
Really?
Separate
Yeah.
rooms.
Okay.
But our rooms are right next to each other, so our rooms could be right next to each other.
Seirath wants to stick around Zephyr just to keep her like company. Unless Coda wants to company, I fucking don't know. Shrug.
Well, if Seirath wants to hang out with Coda, she wouldn't mind.
She wants to hang out.
Yeah, Coda wouldn't care at all.
Yeah.
They can have a sleepover.
Sleepover.
Xavier just goes back to his room and complains about it being so blue. No offense, Coda.
But please don't hit Coda with a pillow because she doesn't need to break another arm.
Actually, most of the rooms are less blue and more of the bronze color that the.
Okay, that's fine then.
Looks pointedly at Eric.
Wink. Though there is blue. It's mostly blue accents on
Okay.
things.
It's more acceptable.
Also, all of your rooms have a window.
Is it like a porthole, or is it like an actual window? Okay.
Well, I mean the window is into the ocean, not the ocean, the lake. So you could watch fishies swim by your windows.
Okay,
Oh.
cool. Into the lake.
Yes.
Gotta fucking wake up. There's gonna be an apple staring at me.
Yeah.
The turtle's looking at you as you wake up.
Apple just looking in like.
It's like, it's like,
If we hear
it's like, good morning world, good morning apple.
if we hear the sounds of Voltaire from Xavier's room, we'll have a problem. Brains, our mo.
Hey Xavier, it's me, your boy Abby.
So guys, if we're only gonna stream till probably midnight, right?
Yeah.
Then we should.
I assume this would probably be a pretty good place to stop.
Yeah.
We're going on a long rest.
Yeah.
Because we have to thank anyone who donated to Tabby, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it's
Or
technically to
subscribe.
all of us.
Are you gonna divide it all up and then dole it out?
Any revenue that we get during these D&D streams,
Sure.
I'm gonna split it for everybody.
Oh.
Sugar Mama
that's
Tabby.
nice. Thank you.
That's why at the start when Siggy donated 100 bits, I'm like, you're donating to yourself?
No, to you.
Some of it goes back to Sig, but most of it goes to all the rest of us.
Yeah. We'll go to Tabby for a lot of the lovely art we've seen this session.
Exactly. Yes.
Aw, thank you.
Thank you so much for doing all of that art, Tabby. It's wonderful.
Yeah, thank you. It looks great.
Tabby. Clap, clap.
Yes.
I was wondering if anybody would recognize what the reference from Gongilius is.
Oh, I know
yeah.
exactly what it is.
It's
In
fucking
chat, they pointed it out, too.
Seeking.
Yeah, it's from Seeking from One Punch Man.
Oh my goodness.
I can actually show you
Yeah,
guys the,
Eric was really adamant about having that character look that way. And yes, Koda's father is drinking buddies with the freaking King Genie
Of course
of the
he is.
whole island.
Okay, I don't know how to see who donated and stuff. I'm really new to Twitch.
Oh,
Oh, that's
Tabby can.
I can do it.
yeah, that's it's like
Tabby.
not Nightbot, but
Oh,
Streamlabs, yeah.
Okay, let's see here. So, let's see at the start. Okay, so thank you, Probate, for resubbing for 7 months. Oh, 2 more months until a baby?
Yes.
Is what
Yeah.
Siggy would say.
More babies.
Also, to answer Equinox's question, Congilitus is a water genie. Their official name is a Merid, Marid.
Oh.
Djinn are air genies, whereas Ifriti are fire genies, and Dao, Dao, are earth genies.
Aren't fire and air genies like chaotic evil as well?
Air genies are chaotic neutral. Merid are, I think they're also chaotic neutral. Dao are lawful evil, and Ifriti are neutral evil, if I remember correctly. Let me actually go and check the monster manual.
Okay.
Real quick though, okay. I was gonna say someone asked a really good question to Connor earlier, and I got another answer. If
Okay.
someone uses Shatter on Naraka, is that a one-hit KO?
That actually is honestly a good question, because would he be vulnerable considering he is made of an inorganic material?
Yeah. And he's not. Yeah. So.
That's a really good question. I think so, actually.
Yeah, your physical body is technically vulnerable to the effect of shatter because it is a crystalline material.
So
It probably would be a one-hit KO considering what my health looks like.
Well, I better.
Oh, so in other words, keep bards away from Naraka.
I better keep my own shatter away from Naraka. I know shatter.
Same.
Oh, okay.
David
So,
knows shatter too.
so Tao are neutral evil, Genie are chaotic good, Ifriti are lawful evil, and Merid are chaotic neutral. So, air genies, jinns are the only good aligned one.
Well, how about that shit?
Okay.
Yeah.
There you go.
And okay, so thank you, Probate, for the 7th-month sub. Thank you, Siggy, for the 200 bits.
Wow, Siggy. Wow, thanks for watching the stream, Siggy.
Thank you to E. Dragondale, Battery,
I love this stream. It's fun.
Ani Malco, Mr. Desert, Wrath Rofang, Cheeky Goblin, all for the follows. Thank you, Rabbit, for the raid.
Thank you very much, Rabbit, for the raid, if you're still hanging around.
Thank you.
321 Egamo, thank you for the subs to Naruto Martin and Rabbit. Thank you, Milla Ninja, for the 500 bits for a good first session. Aw, thank you.
Thank you very much.
I'm apparently not going out of Coda voice for some reason.
Well, I guess we all gotta do it in character voices now, then.
Thank
Yes,
you,
bro.
321 Egimo, for the 6,000 bits. One for you, 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 and one for you.
Oh my God, probate.
Probate!
Whoa.
Sorry.
Oh, what do you do?
You donated 100,000.
Oh, that's 100,000 bits.
Oh,
Hit the deck, Jesus Christ! AC 130 above!
Hit the deck! I agree.
Thank you,
how do we
Infinity.
split that?
No,
Don't worry, I'll be adding it up.
Okay.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah, that's $1,000.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank you, Rare
Wow.
Infinity, for
Holy
400
shit.
bits. Thank you,
Good job,
Ziggy,
bit
for
bomb.
200 bits. Thank you, Gentleman Man Indingo, for a follow, and thank you, Probate, for 100,000 bits.
Oh my
Here's
god.
the
Oh my
beginning
God.
of something grand. Oh, you're
Well, we hope you
awesome.
stick with us, guys.
Well,
the
looks
start
like I got
of something
dick to
new.
suck.
I sure am glad you guys joined us, and for all of you that had to hear, Rick, I apologize.
I
So
apologize.
technically, it would be
okay.
a cock, a crystal cock.
True. I hate that.
I'm still proud of Crystal Rick though.
Okay, but I wanna remind somebody. Somebody clipped Zeph asking to lick Naraka.
Yeah.
I didn't catch that earlier.
God.
I'm
Also,
Oh my
sorry
God.
about asking to lick Naraka, but I'm still
Naraka's
curious about what he tastes like.
All right, Naraka. Now that we're in the privacy of a room, can I lick you
No,
now?
I did promise not to ask.
Promise? Yes, you promised. I've been really trying.
Hold on, I gotta play Peeping Tom again.
Oh, no.
No.
Naraka's Rakas.
So, I think did we thank everybody?
Yeah, we thanked everybody.
Okay, cool.
Get your
Tab,
Narakas off.
so Tab, you said you were recording the audio too, right?
I am recording it, yes.
Okay,
It
cool.
will
So
be-
everyone,
Oh, I was saying it will be on VOD on my Twitch, so if anybody who's missed parts of it, you can rewatch it right here on my Twitch.
And I think eventually we'll
have it on
probably
podcast
need to have
form?
it on a YouTube channel and or in podcast form. Yes.
We'll
Yeah.
see. Naraka is played by Distortion Devil, so at Distortion Devil for Twitch. What's
And
that?
at CNL Snake for Twitter.
Yeah. Zephyr is played by Bev at Hicate Gaming.
Underscore
Hecate
gaming.
Gaming on Hecate_Gaming on Twitter and on Twitch.
No, you're a Kate now.
Sorry.
Hey,
Hecate.
Hecate.
I call her that
Hecate.
on
And
purpose.
Seirath is played by Sigiku.
Hi, I'm Sigiku. You can find me at Twitter with Sigiku. Sigiku on Twitch and McSiggy on Tumblr. Shrug.
Yep.
I don't know.
You're watching my channel, so Tabikat. That's also my Twitter. Xavier is played by @CheekyWalnut.
Hi, I'm Matt Cheeky Walnut here on Twitch and also on Twitter. Look forward to music and stuff for me at some point in the near future or something, I guess.
And our
It's
lovely DM.
Yeah, he's
Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
What was that? What was that, Connor?
Oh.
Yeah,
sorry, I got
Oh.
it cut out, so that pause was a lot longer. Yeah, Devin is really good at the guitar and the bass.
Yes,
Thank
he
you,
is.
Connor.
And the music.
He's a really good musician.
He's way better than I am. Anybody who comes to my Rocksmith streams knows that.
You're doing your best,
You're
and I
doing
appreciate
You're
it.
doing your
Connor.
best, dude. You're honestly doing really well. I'm really proud of you,
Yeah,
Connor.
you're improving.
I've heard you
really
play
fast.
music.
Oh,
background, you're doing fine.
shucks.
And now to bring things down a little bit.
And now to bring things down, say hello to our DM Eric at Astute Biscuit.
Yes. Hello. Hello, everybody. I'm Eric. I'm the DM. I'm Astute Biscuit on Twitch and Astute Biscuit VA on Twitter.